Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to cover everything from the store type, the products, how to find them, and I'm going to cover the marketing. Sorted. It was on my end. Awesome. Got a ton of ones. We got Rod in here from Molesey, UK. What's up, my man? Okay, awesome. So we're going to cover today how we have generated over the last few years over 19,500,000 in student results. And today I'm going to specifically be touching on how we took a brand new dropshipping store from nothing to $270,000 a month, starting with a relatively small budget and using data-driven research to find the products. So we're going to go through this. We're going to go through all the slides. I know that most of you guys probably know me. You've seen me about, watch my YouTube, whatever it is. I'm just going to cover super quickly. At the start of the webinar who I am. I'll go super quick through it. I'm not going to spend half an hour on it. I'm going to go super quick through it because I know most of you know me, know my story. But we'll run through that really quick and then we will get started and jump into the meat and potatoes. So let's go on and crack through these slides. So I want to be transparent with you guys. What I'm going to share with you today is the exact same strategies that I use in my business to generate 6 figures per month consistently. And I've created multiple 7-figure stores with these strategies, as well as my students being able to go out there and replicate that. And at the very end of this presentation, I'm going to make you an offer to join my program, Ecom Domination 5.0. And if you're on this webinar, you're the first people to get access to this. And I don't want you to join this and join myself and hundreds of other 6 and 7-figure dropshippers unless you believe what I show you in this presentation today provides incredible value to you and your business. However, if I do share and show you how easy this business is, I want to make you an exclusive deal at the very end. So do I have your permission to continue? Go ahead and put a 2 in the chat if I have your permission to continue. You're okay with that and you want to see some value. Let's see them coming in here. Awesome. So yeah, the chat box is going crazy. So just before we get started, I want to know who you are, who's on here watching right now, and I want to know where you currently are in your business. Are you currently a complete beginner? Are you maybe started but you're struggling to get results? Or are you currently at that level where you're making 10K plus per month? So put in a 1, 2, or 3 depending on what level you're at so I can kind of tailor today's content towards you. So it looks like we've got mostly beginners in here right now and a few people started but struggling, and we got a couple big hitters, got a couple of them 10K plus per month. So hopefully we can help all of you out in today's. But I can see we're going to tailor it mostly towards 1 and 2s here in terms of this. So let's crack on. So I've got 4 promises for you for today's workshop. Promise number 1 is I'm going to show you how I built a brand new Shopify store and took it to over $270,000 in sales in 30 days. And we crossed 7 figures in the first year of the store being open. And I want to show you the exact formula that has allowed me to have success time and time again when we launch new stores. You know, it's not one time we got a fluke with product. We hit these products, we create these stores, and we rinse and repeat this formula because it just simply works. This secret formula we use is what we use to actually transition from general stores to brands, and that's kind of the whole process. I'm also going to show you and prove to you that you do not need to live in the United States or the UK. I've already had some people in the question box here say, James, do I need to be in the US? Do I need this? No. This is, you may have seen our interview with Adele here recently, but Adele, he's actually from Algeria, and he was able to go out there and generate 38,000 in just a couple of months, which was huge for him. He started with $200 per month. He was working for his dad, and if he can do it with literally so many roadblocks such as payment processors. He didn't have very much startup capital at all. If he can go out there and generate this, so can you. So no matter where you live or how much money you currently have, as long as you have a laptop and an internet connection, you're good to go. And well, I can see that you're on this workshop today, so chances are you've got both of them things. Promise number 3 is I'm going to show you how to find 6 and 7-figure products that are proven to work before you even launch them. Because we don't want to go out there and waste money testing products that don't have a chance, right? So I'm gonna go out there and show you how to find these 6 and 7-figure products that are proven to work before you even launch them. You can see right here, this is the product I'm gonna reveal later in the workshop that has generated me over $500,000. And you're gonna learn how to find data-backed products that actually make sales on day 1 when you launch. So put a 3 in the chat if you're sick and tired of launching products that simply just don't make you sales, right? So I'm gonna reveal this exact product at the end of this workshop. So promise number 4 is I want to show you why most gurus are teaching Facebook ads completely wrong. Most people out there that you might be listening to, you might be watching their videos, are completely lying to you. And I'm going to go ahead and break this down for you later in the workshop in the Facebook ads section. I'm going to explain why they're teaching something that's completely wrong and it's hurting you and stopping you from getting results that you could be hitting. So I'm going to go through that and I'm going to show you how you can generate sales on Facebook on day one without the need for a massive budget. I'm literally going to jump inside my ad account later today. So you might be asking what makes you different than all of these other people. So this is what I do day in, day out. I'm actually in the trenches running multiple e-commerce businesses and I'm keeping up to date with the latest strategies. We've got our own stores. We have to keep them running. We have to keep them profitable. So I know exactly what's going on in the space. And I focus on long-term strategies that actually generate consistent results over the long term with the aim to actually sell the business and exit later down the line. I take a hybrid approach to dropshipping, which 99% of beginners avoid, and it's ultimately why they end up failing massively. So, and best of all, this strategy does not require you to hold any inventory, to do any coding or hire expensive developers, to place massive inventory order to get started. You don't have to have a large sum of money and you don't have to build a brand or create any new inventions or be, this crazy entrepreneur starting a crazy idea. We can start this very simply with very little money and just simply use what's already working out there to your advantage. And you don't need to have a fancy website that costs thousands to go out there and create. So, if you stay until the end, I'm actually going to give away cash money at the end of this call to a few different people. So if you stick around, you could be in with a chance with winning up to $100. So let me run super quick through this, talk about who I am and what I actually do. So I've been able to create multiple 7-figure Shopify stores from scratch by 22 years old. I'm also the creator of one of the biggest Facebook communities for entrepreneurs and e-commerce business owners with over 30,000 members and counting. I think we're actually nearly at 40,000 now. And for the past 2 years, I've been consistently generating well over 6 figures per month through my e-commerce business. And we've generated well over $19 million in student results behind us and our programs. And this is, some of the stores that we own, and we've repeatedly been able to go out there and create these stores using the strategies I'm going to teach today. So we are able to go out there with replicatable strategies that works time and time again. We've got more stores than this, but these are just some of the ones that have generated some pretty good results. And I wanted to show you, that this works, not just once, not just twice, it works multiple times at 7-figure levels. So here's what most people don't know. Just a few years ago, you might see what I've got now, but just a few years ago, I was literally, this little dude here came straight out of school and went into the corporate world. I was making pretty much nothing and I was slaving away I had to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was coming home at 8 at night for nothing. And what everyone else said was I was on the path to success. Everyone was congratulating me on getting this job. And everyone always told me that go to the corporate route, get, a good job. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been told this before. Like, go the corporate route, get a good job, get a mortgage, and kind of go down that route. And to me, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a chartered accountant. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 40 grand a year and, life will be good. But once you're in there, it's really not all it's cracked up to be. It's, really not what I wanted. Nobody around me seemed happy. And really to me now, I realized I used to think I wanted money and that was what I wanted, but it was really freedom that I was after. And nobody around me in this job seemed happy. I used to work in London sometimes, and in London, it's a whole other level of 12-hour days because everyone needs to be at the top. And they're not even making that much money. And that's when I realized, these people are living every week, waiting on the weekend, literally wishing away 5/7 of their life. And I worked every day in a cubicle, slaving away, and most days working overtime, because that's what you have to do if you want to survive in that corporate world. I realized that wasn't all it was cracked up to be, and there was better things out there. So these people, including myself at the time, were sacrificing their life doing something they didn't even like. And I really didn't want to do this for the rest of my life. I knew there had to be something better. So I started looking for opportunities, I was buying courses, and I was failing miserably with a lot of different businesses. Some of you guys who've been following me for a while may have seen the car washing business I started, tons of different stuff that just didn't work. And most of them required tens of thousands of dollars to start, which I just didn't have at the time. And they would require me to maybe go somewhere every single day or, essentially just create a second job for myself. And that is not what I really wanted to do. So this is when I found e-commerce. and I found out about something called dropshipping. And it seemed to really tick a lot of the boxes that I wanted for the perfect business that would fit around my life and would allow me to run it for anywhere so I could travel a lot. And as long as I had my laptop and the internet, I was good to go. So it was scalable and there was no real limit to how much you could make. Unlike my job where I was literally making at the time about 12,000 to 14,000 pounds, somewhere in that range. And if you got like a 2% raise, things were crazy, right? That was a good year. And that blows my mind right now, like, because, you know, if we're not growing at least double, sometimes triple digit figures month over month, it's baffling, right? So I didn't need much money to get started, unlike the other businesses I tried and failed with. So I started to work nights on my business, and after work every night, I'd come home and I'd work on my business. And this is what I want most of you guys to be doing. If you're currently in a job, come home at night, work in your business until eventually you've enough money saved up to go out there and quit your job. And don't quit your job and like go all in as an entrepreneur. It's not cool to do that. I don't follow that kind of philosophy of going all in. I like being secure. Before I quit my job, I had literally about 3 years of wages saved up for my dropshipping business. And it took me about a month to get my first sale. I was no magician at this on day one. I had to learn, right? It took me about a month to get my first sale. And my results were honestly pretty mediocre at the time. Literally, it didn't start well. I didn't always get results. And I got a big fat $300 in sales in my first month. And I actually tried to quit as I thought it didn't work. Right here on June 22nd, 2016, I was like, dropshipping saturated. I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't work. And I was about to give up. But I thought, you know, I'll give it one more shot. I really wanted to give in, you know, throw in the towel and just go back to that mentality of, I'll just stay in my corporate job. I'll become an accountant and I'll slave away doing something I hate for the next 50 years of my life. So that's what was kind of my thought process at the time. And when things are dark, you start to think these things. But right now where I'm sitting and 3 years later, I'm so glad, I'm so happy that I didn't give up or throw in the towel because, you know, I've come so far in such a short period of time. But who feels like this right now? Who feels like, you know, maybe you've been trying this, it's not working as well as you thought, and it's not working? Put a 1 in the chat if that's, you know, sounds like you, because I was right there. I was right there with you, and it was honestly tough getting started. So there's a ton of ones coming in here. And I thought, like, I maybe just can't do this. But it was blowing my mind because I could see all of these other people out there who were making money. They had stores. They were making a ton of money. So I was like, why am I not? I'm clearly doing something wrong because this obviously works. If other people are making money in this business, it has to work, and I'm just doing something wrong. So it's kind of the biggest key takeaway from this is the blame is generally, you know, you're probably doing something wrong. You got to learn the correct way to do it. So I knew that drop shipping worked, but I had just been taught something wrong along the way. So I decided to take one last leap of faith. And that's when I reached out to a guy I knew at the time was making $50,000 a month. And at that time, $50,000 a month to me, I was like, holy moly, that is insane amounts of money. I had never even thought, you know, about that kind of money. I remember being in school and like teachers would talk about how much you can make per year. And in the UK, like if you're like 40K salary by the time you're 30, you're balling out, right? So like this guy was making 50K a month. He was relatively young. And I was like, okay, I'm going to reach out to this guy and get some advice from him. So what he told me allowed me to go from this $269 in sales in my first month to in my second month, then generating 14,000. Then in my third month, 54,000. In the next couple of months, 156,000. And he said, James, you backed yourself into a corner right out of the gate. So he said, you've limited yourself to a small selection of products without having any market data. So he told me I needed to start a general store so I could easily test multiple niches at one time. And this was a while ago. So our strategies kind of differ from this now, and that's what I'm going to break down to you today. But back in this time, you know, I was kind of going down that niche store route. I was testing like cat necklaces and silly stuff like that, which just quite frankly don't really sell, right? It's very hard to make that work. Whereas I, you know, was doing this strategy wrong. He said, move over to a general store. And once I did that, I started to see some results. And quite frankly, the biggest dropshipping stores in the world are general stores. These stores right here, 250,000 a month, 1.3 million a month. And this allowed me to go from this £269 to, you know, these results where I was rapidly growing every single month. And this is kind of the speed that you can scale at. This might seem like out of reach for you right now, but it seemed out of reach for me back whenever I first started on that day where I wanted to quit. But just 2-3 months later, I was literally, you know, generating 156,000 in 2 months. Back then, I think I was 20 years old, possibly 19, right? I literally remember one day, like I went into my girlfriend and I had my phone and I was like, Amy, look at this. I've made $700. I was like going around her house and she was like, stop talking rubbish. No, you haven't. I was like, look at this. And I was blown away because them first few months and them first few weeks when your business starts to really take off, it's so exciting and it's unbelievable. But once you see that, you can really see the potential to scale. So do you want to see inside my store and kind of see that journey of the first store? Let me know. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you'd kind of like to see that first couple of months of the store, how quickly it grew, and we'll take a look. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick glass of water here. And just put a 2 in if you're enjoying it. I want to know if you guys are enjoying this. We're gonna wrap through quickly. Awesome. Okay, the chat's blowing up. So inside my store, this is my first ever store, right? So in the first year, we did over $1 million. So I went from this little kid sitting in an office working 9 to 5, hoping I could maybe get up to £18,000 per year next year in salary. And within a year, I'd done over £1 million in my business. And I remember I used to have this list of like, what do you call it? Like a bucket list of things I wanted to do. And I always had this goal of sometime in my lifetime, right? I thought maybe when I'm 50 or something, I'll run a 7-figure business. And that was one of the goals on my kind of bucket list. And turns out I ticked it off within a year of starting my first business. So we went ahead, generated this $1 million. And the first month it was 14,000. Second month, 68,000. 22,000 by month 4. And in the first 6 months, we generated £421,000. And what really benefited me at this stage was the fact we were in quarter 4, right? When I was my business was just getting started. It was it was in around this time. It was August, maybe July, August, and that's when I got started. So it gave me kind of some runway. And then once we kind of hit, August here, and then we hit September, and then got into October, things started to blow up, right? Actually, in November, Q4 hit my biggest month ever. And November is always our biggest month. Ever since this, November is our biggest month in sales every single year. And since then, we've been consistently making 6 figures per month since. And I've done a lot of silly things, such as buying my dream cars. I've bought 2 Audi R8s. I've bought a house recently. Got a lot of things. And honestly, see cars and stuff. I know a lot of you guys in here maybe like them, maybe you want them, but it's not what makes you happy. It's honestly not. I'll probably actually sometime in the winter sell my cars and that'll be me done. I've done the stupid stuff where I bought the cars, had the fun, but the stuff that money can buy you that means a lot more than this. And this is what I was aiming for when I first started. I wanted money for freedom and cars and materialistic things, but once you get to this stage, you realize that they don't really matter at all. And it's kind of good to learn that lesson early. But this is actually one of the more important things. So I've never really told this story on my YouTube channel or anything like that, but back when I was in high school, started going out with this girl that you see in a lot of photos here, and within 3 months, she actually took leukemia. And to make a long story short, over the couple of years, she, got her chemo, was cleared, ended up relapsing. Then she had to get a bone marrow transplant with her little sister. And from then, it was kind of a long journey. And she was a ballet dancer before that, and she lost a lot of her mobility. And one of the biggest things that she liked was music, concerts, and going to them. And I love them too, but we couldn't go to as many because, quite frankly, it just, it tired her out a lot and she couldn't do that stuff. So having money, once back then, I didn't have any money at all, but now having money and being able to treat her to stuff like traveling around the world, and obviously she can't go to like concerts and stuff, but right here, some of you guys in the UK might know Ushuaia in Ibiza, and we were able to like rent a room. It was super stupid expensive, but it looked over the stage at Ushuaia. So we stayed there for a week, and every night there's a concert on. There was like Martin Garrix, Tiny Tempa, all these people playing there, and we could just literally lie in a room and watch it. And that's one of the probably the best things that I've been able to do with the money I made, and it makes kind of an impact in other people's lives. But none of this stuff really matters, right? It's all about the freedom and getting in. But maybe there's someone that in your life that you want the money to treat or do stuff or help other people out, because that's where you really make an impact. And I've also been able to go out there. We've had 9.2 million minutes watched on YouTube. We've had 30,000 subscribers on there, and one of the largest e-commerce groups on Facebook. I've also been invited out to the Shopify private partner event. So Shopify invited me and about 30 other Shopify creators and store owners out to Shopify. We actually went to the Porsche racetrack in Atlanta, first time in Atlanta, super nice city. We went out there and we networked and masterminded for a day with other Shopify trusted partners who teach good content, who put good quality stuff out there. And it's awesome to be trusted by Shopify, to be invited out to their events. And that was really, really cool. So again, guys, these are the 4 stores that I've been able to build using what I'm going to teach you today. So I'm going to jump in and show you the 3-step system to having a 6-figure business by Christmas. But just before we get started, I need to go through some house rules, some legal stuff. This is not a get rich quick. You know, you're not going to make $1 million in your first 3 days doing nothing, right? You got to work hard. There's no do nothing, get paid. There's work involved in this. You're building a business. And our results aren't typical. Most people who buy any how to make money training will not make any money whatsoever. Everyone you hear about during this training are super hard working entrepreneurs who put in the effort and did the work. So the results you get are entirely up to you. And that's it. You've got to do the work if you want to get the results. So let me show you a couple of people who've been through this. So this is Michael McKay right here. You may have seen the interview that we recently did with Michael. But before this training, Michael was working in the corporate world. He was making good money. But again, he was kind of just probably in the same position that I was, where it's not what he imagined it to be. He wasn't enjoying it. He didn't like that corporate lifestyle. And it wasn't what he wanted long term. So he jumped in. He got into drop shipping. And he recently hit his first 6-figure month, which was awesome. He's done $132,000 that month. I think he had a little dip the last couple of months, but he's now back up to over 100K. And he was saying on the call that he hopes to never hit below 100K a month again. We've got Adele here who we spoke about a minute ago, but he started drop shipping by trying to learn through YouTube, but he never seen any real tangible results. And then after failing for months, again, he decided to take the leap of faith into e-com domination, which was kind of crazy for him because he was making $200 a month working for his dad. He didn't have much money at all, but he had faith and he jumped in and he's now seeing these results. And since then, he's generated over $37,000 on a store. This is Kevin right here. He is one of our biggest students that we've had. This is November 2018 for Kevin. Since then, he's done a ton more money. He's totaled over $5.4 million in sales. But before trying this and getting into drop shipping, he actually tried to start an Amazon FBA business. And maybe a lot of you guys have looked into that as well. But generally what happens is you run into cash flow problems because you have to buy stock up front. He couldn't sustain it. It wasn't sustainable. He couldn't scale because of cash flow issues. So then he started to get into drop shipping, and he actually made, before taking any trainings or doing anything, made $40,000 in his first few months, but he wasn't actually profitable. So that's when he joined Ecom Domination. He started scaling a product, and he's since generated over $5.4 million in sales profitably. You can see he had an absolute huge month. He's our top earning student inside Ecom Domination. And I'm not saying you're going to do numbers anywhere near this, but if you could even do a 10th or a 20th or a 50th of what Kevin was done in the next year, how would that change your life? Right? So do you want to know the simple steps we use to build these replicatable Shopify stores and crush in Q4? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to jump into this, and we're going to start going through the 3 secrets to building a sustainable e-commerce business that works time and time again. So put your 1s in the chat and we'll get going. Just going to take a quick drink. See, doing these webinars where we're talking, it really makes your mouth dry. Awesome. So I can see a ton coming in. So 3 secrets to building an e-commerce business and what we're going to cover here today. We're going to be covering the hybrid dropshipping model. So when getting started, there is no reason to reinvent the wheel. You want to copy what's currently working to get your first results and then transition over to a brand. And then we're going to cover data-driven product research. This is really what's helped us in the past year go ahead and get much better results, because we're going to teach you exactly how we're finding the hottest trending products, which you can start selling today and get sales on day one. And then I'm going to be showing you some Ninja Facebook ad secrets to start running profitable Facebook ad campaigns from as little as $5 per day with our Ninja targeting tricks. So let's get into it. First up is hybrid dropshipping. So there's really 3 key elements to a successful e-commerce business, and it's store, product, and traffic. So we're going to cover store here, number 1. So what you're probably thinking, or maybe what you've been told by other people, is you need to find an on-tap niche, or you need to start a one-product store, or maybe you need to find products that nobody has ever sold before, or you need to be a unicorn and create something original, or you need to start, a one-product store, or maybe you've just no idea where to start. And all of these are okay, but quite frankly, I believe some of them are wrong, and it's not the best way to start in e-commerce. So these are wrong. When I started with a niche store, trying to do that whole route, I couldn't get results. I couldn't get sales. And it wasn't until I switched over and got that general store that I was able to slowly, just gradually, these aren't crazy jumps in revenue. It was, I was doing $100 a day, then 200, then 300, then 400, just gradually scaling up. It must have been around here where I went over to my girlfriend's house and was like freaking out. It must have been this day. I did $750 and it blew my mind because I think I was stuck, under 600 here for a while, and I got it up over. So I was like, damn, we're killing it. So I was really excited back then. But why would you start a general store versus the other options? Well, especially coming into Q4 at the end of this year, it's extremely important to be able to test, a lot of different products. It allows you to grow your business much faster as you're not cornering yourself in a hole from the start. You don't have to create 10 different stores to test 10 different niches. We can test anything in this store, and when it works, we can transition. And it's much cheaper to get started as you don't have to create a new store every time you want to test a product. You don't have to go out there and, get a new logo every time, pay the Shopify fee every time. We just have one store. You want to keep things simple. And I think that's very important in business altogether, is just keeping things as simple as possible. And it gives you the freedom to go out there and capitalize on trends. So this is what Q4 looks like on a general store. You're able to test a lot of products, you're able to scale a lot of stuff, and we're able to do big numbers. And this is what it can look like for you. And the reason why Q4 is so much better is, one, people are just buying more stuff over this period of time. But you can actually see that in November and December on this chart right here, your conversion rate on your store, so that's essentially means the amount of people who come to your store who actually buy. So if you have 100 people coming and your conversion rate's 1%, one person's going to buy. But in December, that conversion rate jumps up there, and it actually gets to about 3.6%. So for every 100 people who go to your store, maybe 3 to 4 of them actually buy, and it makes it much easier to actually sell profitably. So you want to capitalize on this at the end of this quarter and use it to get an initial boost in your store's growth. So when you have massive growth throughout Q4, you can then head into 2020 armed and ready. So let's take a look at some general stores so you can kind of see how they actually perform, how much money they're currently doing right now, and show you some examples. So we can actually use a tool called MyIP to find these top performing stores. So this app shows us the top performing stores out there on Shopify. It says shoplift here. Don't be doing any shoplifting, guys. Sorry about that. Shopify platform, easily allowing us to replicate exactly what they're doing and profit. So we identify the general stores on this list, and then we use another free tool called SimilarWeb to actually look at their traffic. So let me show you this app right here. So just put a 4 in the chat if you can actually see my screen right now. So let me know if you can see my screen right now because I'm on the web browser. Awesome. So it looks like you can see this. So on here, we can see a ton of different stores, and some of these stores you probably know. Maybe Steve Madden, the shoe store, Fashion Nova, you've maybe bought something from if you're young. Gymshark, huge brand. But if you actually take a look here and kind of go through some of these, you'll start to find general stores. So if we click on this one, it's called Inspire Uplift. It's one of the biggest general stores out there. And what we want to do is actually take a look at their store. I'll just show you it. It's super simple. So very simple theme. They're literally it's a general store. And you can see right here, these guys are selling anything from home products to garden tools to, bunion corrector sandals, so health products, to your crazy stuff. Everything from beauty to gardening, right? And it's a general store and it doesn't matter. And you might be saying, well, that's kind of crazy, but it's not. It allows them to test a lot of stuff. And if we actually use a tool called SimilarWeb, and you can use this little extension here, we can see how many visitors they're getting per month. And you can see these guys are doing 2.98 million visitors per month on a general store. And what that generally means they're doing, roughly, if we can take a rough estimate, and this is an estimate from our numbers, is generally for every 1 visitor you get on your store, you'll make around $1. So we can assume, that fairly accurately, these guys are making around $3 million a month on their store. So we like to use myip.ms. So if you literally just type into Google myip Shopify, it'll bring up this list, and this gives us a list of really good stores that we can look at, check out, see what they're doing, because obviously you want to model after the best in the business, right? So then we want to go back to our little PowerPoint over here. So once we find these stores on here, we look at SimilarWeb just like I just showed you. We actually use the extension, but you can also go on here and look at SimilarWeb to spy on these stores. And this lets us see how these successful stores are generating traffic and how much traffic they're actually generating. And as I said, you can make an assumption for that every 1 visitor they get, they're making $1. So these are 3 general stores right here that are performing very well right now. And you might have seen a video I made on Gummy Choco. They've literally scaled from 0 in May, and this is how fast you can literally scale with dropshipping is 0 in May, all the way up to 500,000 visitors in July. So roughly 500, roughly 500,000 dollars in sales in a single month. Jupsy over here, 270,000 a month. And then Inspire Uplift, which is just a crazy general store. Them guys have took it to a whole other level, doing in around 3 million visits a month, which is, just insane, right? And this is the way we start. So right here is one of our themes that you'll be able to get if you join Ecom Domination. It's optimized for conversions, but it's also just optimized as a simple theme for a general store. So we don't reinvent the wheel. When we looked at them stores, or we look at them stores, they're very simple. There's nothing crazy about them. They just have products and they're segmented into different categories for each product. And that's really what we've done here with this theme. It's super fast. We have a lot of conversion elements in there that improves your conversion rate and helps you get more sales. But you don't have to reinvent it. We keep our websites very simple, and they can make a lot of money. You don't have to overcomplicate things. As again, I said, we keep it simple. So this general store is what we use as our testing ground, right? So that's kind of what I was doing back in 2016, and things were great. I just had a general store, but we don't stop there. In 2019, you've got to evolve. General stores still work great, and if you want to just keep a general store and just generate cash flow, that's fine. But we kind of want to take it a little bit further. We want to build, lasting businesses. So we don't stop there. Once we find a winning product with long-term potential, we move them to a niche store and build a brand around them. So this is kind of the hybrid model right here. And some of you guys may have seen this before. General store, we test products, find winning products, and then we scale them up and we put that money back into testing, and you can keep going in this loop right here if you want, right? If that's all you want to do, you just want to generate cash flow, and that's it. And you can make good money doing this. We make good money on our stores doing this. I have friends who just do this as well, and they go ahead and they make great money. But we like to take it a step further. We like to either move it into a single product funnel or a niche store and build a brand around it. And you want to use the money from your general store to invest into your brand, right? So you can go out there, get a general store. This is our testing ground where we're testing to see what works. And we're going to use data-driven product research so we find, much more winning products a lot faster. And then ones that we want, maybe something that you're interested in, you want to move it into a brand. You can scale it up even further on the brand side. So let me talk you through our $270,000 month, and the product was found on our general store, right? So you can see here, we started to scale it up, and we've seen that the product actually had, a lot of potential. So this was in September last year. We went ahead and we were scaling this up to, fairly high numbers. And what we did was we went ahead, and in October, we kind of peaked here on this day. We did about $10,000. And this is when we said, right, we've got something here. We've got something that we can take a lot further, and we can really blow it up in Q4, right? So this is what you want to be doing right now, is on that testing ground and then blowing products up in Q4. So right here, what we realized was, we didn't have much else going on this store at the time. We were testing a couple of different things, but this was really, the only product making over $1,000 per day, and it was doing a lot more than that. So what we said was, we'll transition this over to a niche store based around this product. So we actually just transitioned the general store over, kept everything in the same store, and changed it around the product. You don't have to do that. At other times when we've transitioned products to a niche store, we have took them to a completely new store. But this, we didn't have any other products going. We wanted to keep everything in the one CRM inside Shopify so that we could also, go ahead and have all that data there whenever it came to sell. So we also knew that it wasn't sustainable to continue ordering from AliExpress at this stage. We needed better shipping times. We needed better product quality. So this is why you see kind of this dip right here. We kind of dialed back ads a little bit. We took our foot off the pedal, and we started to transition the store. We started to get in contact with suppliers to find who we wanted to work with. And then we went out there and did this. So most people are still relying on sources like AliExpress. So this can become a massive pain over the long run due to numerous reasons, including shipping, closed orders, expensive pricing. And AliExpress is not a manufacturer, right? Most people think that, AliExpress, you're going straight to the manufacturer. Most of the people on there are essentially just kind of drop shipping us, right? So AliExpress is not a manufacturer, and most people selling on there are simply just middlemen who are marking up the products and charging you more for them. So you want to find a sourcing agent in China who can get you much cheaper pricing and is more reliable for shipping your product. So put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard of a sourcing agent, or you're not currently using a sourcing agent. I want to see kind of who's using this right now. Okay, cool. So I'm getting a lot of 2s right in here right now. So who would you rather work with, right? So AliExpress, At times, there can be massive backlogs on orders, which is causing, shipping delays. The prices are going to be high because they're marking them up, and you can really only, there is times when you can use CSV files, but you can really only fulfill through Oberlo or Dropify, and that limits you. We actually recently we were doing over 1,000 orders per day and processing through AliExpress for this specific product, and we had to have people working 24 hours around the clock because we physically, fulfilling the orders one by one, we couldn't get it all done in the time frame. So we kind of capped out at just over 1,000 orders per day, and we started to fall behind a little bit. So it literally limited our scaling, and product quality may not be up to scratch, right? So with a sourcing agent, what you're going to get is ideally 1 to 2 day processing, depending on the agent that you're using, which gives you faster shipping. Because whenever you see these long shipping times on AliExpress, most of it is backlog from them not processing your order. You'll sometimes see on there like 7-day processing times. You can't have that, right? So with a sourcing agent, they're going to get your product out the door within 24 to 48 hours, which increases our shipping times, and then generally it's going to take 6 to 7 days, maybe up to 10 days to get to the United States or wherever you're selling. So you're going to get 10-day shipping time versus AliExpress is maybe 20 sometimes. We can also have our sourcing agent check product quality before shipping. We can bulk fulfill through CSV, and we're going to get much cheaper pricing. So you're going to get 20 to 40% discounts by using a sourcing agent, right? So most dropshippers are still on AliExpress. So what we did was we slowed down that spend so we could get the website transitioned and our logistics under control, ready to scale again in November. And you can see we started to kind of peak up again here in the end of October. But what we did was we went out there, did some research on AliExpress, and we found our manufacturer for this specific product, and we started sending them the orders via CSV file. So what we actually do now is we don't have to fulfill through Dropify. We don't have to fulfill through Dropify or Oberlo or any of that. We literally just have to go to Skype. I have one of my team come in, they download the orders for the day, and they just send them in. You can see Zernith here is one of our team members. She goes out there and she literally just sends it over to our supplier, who's called Lily. And Lily goes ahead. She takes the spreadsheet of all our orders, which looks like this right here. And she takes this spreadsheet, she sends us back the pricing, she uploads all the tracking numbers in here on the right hand side, and we go ahead and then we one click upload that to our website. We pay Lily and she ships out the orders for us. So we've got tracking numbers, just one click uploaded, and right here, this is 1 day of orders. We're doing a lot of orders per day, so it would have took us a lot of time to go out there and be ordering these on Dropify or anything like that, and we actually get massive discounts by doing this. So if we take a look at kind of the pricing differences between using AliExpress and using a sourcing agent, this product is canvas art. I'm actually going to show you one of the designs that we sold, and we sold framed and unframed versions of these canvases. So on AliExpress, the large framed cost you about $67, and a large unframed is about $16. So with our sourcing agent, we were able to get it for $55 and $13. It might not seem like much difference, right? That might not seem like much at all, right? On the unframed ones, it's $3. So even if we just take that $3 difference, we did over 25,000 orders on this one specific store. So if we take that 25,000 orders that we did times $3, and the margins are bigger on the large ones, so it would actually be more than this. We ended up, just by using a sourcing agent, with $75,000 in extra profit because we cut our margin by $3, right? $3 doesn't seem like much, but this adds up over time. So you want to use a sourcing agent or even just haggle with your AliExpress supplier to, negotiate that price down, right? If you can get 50 cents off each order and you're doing 1,000 orders per day, that adds up to $500 per day, which is insane, right? So if you can just knock off a little bit off each order, you're going to save yourself a ton of money over time and get massive, massive savings. So just put a 1 in, the 1 in the chat if you understand that a sourcing agent is just much, much better to go out there and scale with. So what are the requirements to work with a sourcing agent? So we actually have two. I've actually lined up 2 different sourcing agents for you guys. And the requirements for one of them is about 50 orders per day, but the other one, it's only like 10 orders per day. So you don't have to be doing that much. And that's what the next slide's about. I still recommend starting with AliExpress. AliExpress is a great place to start. You don't want to go ahead and be going to a sourcing agent straight away, buying some inventory. You don't want to do that, right? You want to use AliExpress to test. It's kind of like having that general store at first. Use it to go out there, find your winning products. Once you have your winning products, then go out there and transition over to that agent who will then be able to ship out faster for you, get you cheaper prices, and allow you to make a lot more money. So go ahead, let me know in the chat, put a yes or something if you agree that starting with a general store and then transitioning over to a niche store with a sourcing agent is the smarter move. Let me know. Yep, it's enough to start with AliExpress and Oberlo. Okay, tons of, I can't even scroll through these, there's so many. Awesome, so cool. So, Etienne is one of our students. He came through Econ Domination. He scaled up to over $100,000 in 17 days. And then he has now crossed over the $1 million in sales mark following our training methods. So he started from scratch and he did this in less than a year. He actually started out going to university or college, whatever you want to call it. Didn't go down that route, ended up coming the entrepreneurship route and absolutely dominated with Econ Domination, which was awesome. So the next step, we've been through the hybrid store and going through sourcing agents. So just put a 1 in the chat if you've learned anything so far in this, right? I just want to know that you guys are learning, we're moving forward, and you guys are enjoying this, right? Okay, the chat just blew up. There's a ton of 1s coming in, so I can see that you guys are enjoying this. Sick. So let's get into product and reveal the actual product that you guys are, what we did 270,000 with. So we're going to go through a couple of things right here. Finding products that are backed by data and have a much higher chance of success. So the thing is, with your e-commerce business, product is always king. It's literally the most important thing. You can have mediocre Facebook ads, you can have a terrible looking store, but if you've got a good product, you can sell a hell of a lot of it. Obviously, you want to improve all them other things and make them as best as you possibly can, but without a good product, you've got nothing. It doesn't matter how good your website is, none of that matters unless you've got a great product, right? So how do we find great products? Because one product can literally change your life. You can see this one here generated over 500,000 in sales. I think it's up to like 520,000 or something now. We're going to show you that in a second. But what most people do when they first start is they search bestseller lists and they pick products that they think look good. They really have no structure in their product selection. And that's a surefire way to just simply lose a ton of money. And when you do that, you're going to end up with results like this. And you don't want that. You want results like this, right? So how do we find products that actually make money? Most people struggle to figure out what sells, and they end up just throwing random products up there, hoping something works. So we want to have a select list of products that we know have potential. So we want to sell products that people are currently already selling and profiting from. This is by far the easiest way to get results in dropshipping when you're a beginner. You may not do 7 figures with a product that you've copied from someone. You don't want to copy it blatantly. You want to take it and improve on it yourself. And you might not do 7 figures, but you can easily do 5 or 6 figures to get started with a product like that, to build up cash and then be more adventurous with your testing. But when you're started, you're on a low budget, we want to pick products that are proven to work. I'm going to reveal the strategy we use to find our 270K per month product. However, there's a ton of product research strategies that you can use. We use a lot of different ones in our business. We're using them daily to find products all the time, but this is just one, right? So we actually use an app called Who's Selling What, and we track the stores that we found earlier. So earlier on, I showed you how to go out there and find top performing Shopify stores. So for example, if we jump into Who's Selling What right here, we can go to some of the stores that we track. For example, if we go to Gummy Choco, was one of the stores I showed you a second ago, you can see here that they're uploading products literally every single day. So what we want to do is find these products that are active, these stores that are active and are uploading products all the time. And we want to find which products are performing well for them. So now what we want to do is actually just cross-check this with their Facebook. Let me show you this. Cross-check this with their Facebook ad library. So we can see which ones are performing well. So if they've got a product that they've recently uploaded and they're running ads towards, we can assume that it's maybe doing okay. So you can see here all of the ads are currently running. So what you want to do at this point, and this is the product validation that some of you guys were asking about at the start, what you want to do is take that bit.ly link there, right? That link to their store. And what you want to do is analyze it. If you go and copy a bit.ly link, so this link right here, bitly.com/that, copy that, paste it into your browser and put a plus at the end of it, you're going to get this graph right here. And what this graph tells us is essentially tells us whether or not we should launch the product. So as you can see on this product, when we draw a line across it, the product and the traffic is trending upward and has been consistently for the past sort of 10 days or so. So if you just think about it logically, if someone is spending more money day after day, there's a high probability that it's making them a lot of money. These guys, 48,000 clicks, if we translate that over to a dollar per click, is $48,000 in just 10 days on this single product. So now we've went out there and we've a much higher chance of success by testing a product like that versus testing a product that we know nothing about. I know for a fact that someone else out there is selling that product, is selling it well, is making money from it. I'm going to test it too. I'm going to put my own twist on it. I'm going to create my own video for it, but I'm going to, sell that product because it works. There's a proven market for it and people are interested in the product. So just put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, right? Put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense to test products that are already performing well, right? That's what you want to do at the start. We do it every single day and we're making a ton of money just off products that are already proven in the marketplace. And that kind of keeps us moving, makes us a lot of money and keeps continuous cash flow coming in. And yes, we hit our unicorn products that we're first to market with as well, but it's much harder to do that. Copying, and when I say copy, I don't mean go and rip their descriptions. I don't mean go and copy their video. You want to copy the product, model what they're doing, and improve on it. And that's how you win in 2019. So the next steps is to make sure that the product fits within our selling criteria. So we want to double check it meets our criteria, because if it doesn't meet this criteria, it's going to be harder to sell. So we want a minimum 3x markup on the product. For example, if we're buying the product for $10, we want to be able to sell that product for $30. And if you don't think you can reasonably sell it for 3x, get back to the drawing board, find another one. So in terms of availability, the product must not easily be found in shops, such as like Walmart, Tesco's, and stuff like that. We want to make sure that the product is something that's a little bit original, has a little bit of a flair to it, and is not going to be easily found down in Walmart or your look. So if you're selling dog products, you don't want to be selling an average dog bowl. You want to sell the dog bowl that stops dogs from vomiting because they eat their food too fast, right? It has a unique selling point to the product. So you want it to be either problem solving or passion based, right? So they're the only two real types of products that you can sell, right? Problem solving, I'd say, is probably the easier way to go, but passion works very well as well, and I'm going to show you that in a second, especially coming up to Christmas, because a lot of people in Q4 are buying for other people. So if you can sell passion products then, it's a great gifting type of product. So problem solving products kind of work really well at the start of the year. Passion products can work a lot better coming into Q4. So if a product is trending upwards for a competitor, it has good margin and it isn't easily available, and it solves a problem, or is a passion product, you should launch that. You should launch that, see the metrics, and see how it performs for you, right? So let me show you two products. I want to show you a problem-solving product example, and also I want to show you an example of a passion product, right? So this is a product here. Some of you guys may have seen my case study I did on it. It's a problem-solving product. It helps gamers play for longer without eye strain, right? So it's simply, it's a product that solves a simple problem. Gamers want to play games for a long period of time, but there's also, the danger of getting long-term eye damage or getting damage from blue light. So these are blue blocking glasses. So the product solved the problem, and we went out there, we sold these for $10.95. We actually did a free plus shipping offer on them. We sold 90,000 plus of it. There's a couple of other products bundled in this 100K, but we sold 90,000 plus of this product, and it just simply sold because it's just a problem-solving product that gamers have. We targeted the gaming niche. We tailored all our ads towards gaming, while everyone else in the marketplace was going out there and trying to sell these glasses to executives and stuff like that. We went out there and went the other way. We went towards gamers who are looking at computers all day, and they don't want to damage their eyes. It's kind of scary to think that you might be blind when you're older, right? So that product worked very well for us. But then we also had this product, which is our $270,000 per month product. And I was talking about Canvas art earlier. we went ahead and this is the America patriotic niche. And Americans, if a lot of you guys in here are American and you're probably very patriotic. That's what I've learned in America. You guys love your country and you want to show that. So we sold these canvases for a long time. We got great margins on them. It was $13 to $55, and we sold them for $50 to $124.99. So this worked very well for us. I'm going to show you the ads in a second because it was very simple as well. But we were just hitting on the fact that people love America. These canvases are super cool. We did actually have one issue, and I want to kind of, if you're going to go try sell canvas art, I would recommend not selling the unframed versions because we did have customer support issues with that. Generally it wasn't too bad. A lot of people were fine with it. They understood, but some people didn't read the big red warning on our website that said, buy the framed version if you want it framed. But it was a super cool product that worked really well for us. We sold it. We actually still sell it to this day. And it's worked really well. So do you think that you could go out there and easily find one life-changing product using these simple strategies? Just put a 2 in the chat if you think you could go out there, do this, find a simple product like blue light blocking glasses or canvas art. Let me know. Put a 2 in the chat. And I need another drink of water because my voice, it's hot. It's hot over here in Northern Ireland today. Awesome. I can see a ton of 2s coming in. Cool. So this is Uresh. He is another econ domination student, and he was able to scale from scratch to over $500,000 in sales in his second month. And he was actually able to go out there and quit his job in his second month doing this, right? And I'm not saying that you're going to go out there and blow up to 500K in your second month drop shipping. It's not likely, but it can happen, right? He had a really good product, and product for him was huge. He had a really cool product. I don't want to share it on the stream, but he went out there and he blew this up. It was a passion product as well, and it did really well for him. And he sold crazy amounts of units on this and absolutely crushed it. So step 1 was our store, hybrid model. Step 2, product. Step 3 is traffic, right? We got to get people to this store. We got to get eyeballs on our products. So how to generate massive scale using Facebook ads. So nothing else matters if you can't get visitors to your store. And I used to always want to get people to my website for free. And that's until I realized the power of paid traffic, right? So Facebook advertising, people say it's getting expensive, and granted it is getting more expensive over time. But that is happening on all platforms. You just got to get better at your advertising. So I'm going to show you in a second how we're still getting sub $10 purchases on products, right? So right here, this is Facebook ads. This is where you want to be. There's other methods out there. I still believe Facebook ads is the best place for a beginner to get started. So this is actually one of our posts right here, and using Facebook ads, we've been able to reach millions upon millions of people. You can see on this post that we sold this. We actually sold it. We sent people to a collection page with different variants. One of the variants did a lot more. The store has done over $1.4 million in total, but we did crazy numbers, 21,000 shares on this, right? So if you can get, it's pretty much like a 2-to-1 like to share ratio, which is huge, right? Normally you don't see anywhere near that amount of shares on this, right? So we absolutely crushed it. It's a simple image post, and because it's a passion product, image posts can work. With a problem-solving product, you want to be using videos, right? But we were able to sell thousands of these using the power of Facebook. And we've also had other products where we've went out there, 5.7 million views on this one, 11.2 million views on this one. We have a lot of newer ads as well that have done millions upon millions of views with simple products that just crush. So do you think that you could go out there, create a post like this on Facebook, literally just, get one of our stunning new 5-piece canvases, order here, right? So simple, nothing crazy about it at all. And we went out there and launched this and it worked. Do you think, put a 1 in the chat if you think you could go out there, create a post like this. It's easier than creating a post on your Facebook page, and launch it, run it to people who are obviously patriotic, which is an interest in Facebook, right? Works extremely well. Awesome. So there's a ton of 1s coming in. So you can see right here that our target cost per purchase on this campaign was roughly around $40, and anything under that was great for us due to our high average order value. So one single ad set generated over 1,000 purchases using our simple formula, right? So with Facebook ads, we keep things simple. There's a ton of crazy strategies out there, and we do test them time to time, but generally we find that if we've got a good product, keeping things simple works best. right? So right here on this one single campaign, we spent $192,000 at $33 per purchase. And remember, we were trying to get $40. We got 33 on this. We got 15 million impressions on the ad, and we spent a ton of money. This single ad set up here generated over 1,000 purchases, which is massive. And we're doing this time and time again, right? Spending $150 to get 660 back. Spending $800 to get 3,000 back. Spending £12,000 to get £40,000 back. We're doing this day in, day out on our stores to generate returns that you're not going to see anywhere. You're not going to see returns like that in the stock market, right? Because you were flipping our money every day. And you don't have to spend a lot to get great returns if you use the correct strategy. So you can see here, £4 purchases. I'm going to show you a second. I'm going to jump inside an ad account and show you. But we spent $42,000 to bring back $111,000 in sales. It's just insane what you can do with the power of paid traffic when you know the right strategies. And a lot of people are probably thinking, James, I don't have all of this money to spend on ads, right? You don't need $190,000 in your bank account to spend $190,000 on ads. Because it's drop shipping and it's cash flow positive, you just need to reinvest your profits every day and you can scale that high, right? So I started simply with $500 in my bank account and I scaled from there, right? The only issue is it kind of limits your scaling. So you can maybe only go from $200 today, $300 tomorrow, $400, instead of going from like $200 to $10,000 in one day. You're not going to be able to do that if you don't have cash reserves. But if you just want to scale $200 per day, $300 per day, $400 per day, you can do that, right? So put a 1 in the chat if you'd be happy just scaling, gradually, right? Because that's the only issue you're going to have is you're not going to be able to go from $200 a day to $10,000 tomorrow, which I can do because I've got cash flow, right? But if you got cash flow, you'll be able to do that too. So the beauty is we can start from as little as $5 per day. We only spend more money when we already know that we can actually make money. So do you want to know how to create ads that make 4x what you put in? The thing is, Facebook is just so powerful. Donald Trump, and I bring this example up all the time, I do it, been saying this since he won the election based on the Facebook ads targeting, right? And we can also use it to our advantage. Facebook actually allows us to go out there and target people based on pretty much anything. Age, country, gender. We can go through their education, finances. Some of this stuff's a little bit different now ever since the Cambridge Analytica thing. But education, finances, life events, right? And for example, this is a light bulb that we sold, right? Another product did really well. We sold an absolute ton of it. And it sold over $100,000 without ever touching that product. So how would we target that? This is how we do our targeting, and I want to kind of give you a little tip here. So we would go in there, and what we do is we said to Facebook, I want to target people who like camping, and that's not really that targeted, right? Camping is super broad. I think there's like 20 million people in the United States like camping, so we wanted to narrow that a little bit. And I just want to kind of put a disclaimer on this. If you're going out there and running ads, and an interest is maybe 1 million, 2 million, or it's 1 million plus, you can probably just run that on its own, right? It's only really interests that are like 20 million plus that you want to narrow down a little bit. So this one was 20 million. So we narrowed it down with people who own tents. And then we narrowed it a little bit with online shopping. So do you think that you could go out there and target people who like camping, also own a tent, and they shop online and sell them a camping light bulb, right? It's literally that simple, okay? So we want to do that. Again, I would advise you to keep your kind of target or your audience levels above 1 million if you want to get good results. You want to give Facebook enough room to play with. Keep your audience a little broader now. It's working better, and that's kind of what we want to do. So another thing is people talk about PPE, video view ads. Go straight to conversions. If you have a good product and a good ad, it will work. So I want to show you, I'm actually going to jump inside an ad account right here and show you this campaign we launched. This is actually the glasses campaign, and show you what day one looked like, right? Because when we use data-driven research, to go ahead and find these glasses. And when we found these glasses, we went ahead and we tested them, and we got sales on day one because the product was already proven, right? Does that make sense to you guys? So let's take a look right here. Again, let me know if you can see this, but this is day one of this campaign. This was the first ad set that we actually went ahead and launched, or the first campaign we went ahead and launched. These are the ad sets inside there. And on 20th of February 2019, we launched this. We went ahead and we started, I believe, with $25 budgets. You maybe want to go a bit lower, right? But I knew that the data was there to show me that this product worked. So I was being a little more aggressive. And you can see that in 2019, we're getting $3 purchases right here, right? We spent $15 to make back If you scroll over here, let's see, I'm not sure whether ROAS isn't showing up. Let's refresh this and see. I think, it's actually because we were using a free plus shipping. So the ROAS didn't show up on that, but I can show you how many sales we got, and then we can take a look. So let's take a look here. And let's filter. So you can see that we were using gaming glasses. You can see the exact interests that we were doing. So let's go to amount spent. You see we got 5 purchases, $3 each. So we spent $15. 5 purchases times $10.95 is, what is that? That's roughly about $56. And then we do other ones, right? So not all interests are going to work. So we've seen that these ones weren't working. We needed to get purchases below $10. And these ones worked really well for us. And then that's when we went out there. We decided to scale a lot more aggressively. So if we take a look, we scaled this campaign massively. We had a ton of campaigns. This is 20th of February. So you can see the first ones that we launched. Let's go to amount spent. So these are the first campaigns we launched on day one. We had $819 spent, and we got kind of 8, 7, and 733. So on day one, we actually launched these about 10 o'clock in the morning, right? So we launched them really early, and then we went ahead, we actually duplicated that campaign because it was working so well. And then we went ahead and we said at lunchtime, okay, this is working so well. We were literally getting sales at about $3 to $4. And then I said, let's go ahead. We'll launch a CBO at $1,000 daily. And on the first day, we did 68 purchases at $733 each, generating us a ton of money. So put a 1 in the chat if you would like to be able to go out there and pick products that actually make you, I think we did over 100 sales on day one. We did 108 sales on day one. Let's take a look at day 2 on this. On day 2, we ended up doing roughly, we spent 3,000. We did, let's see what we got, 12, 28, 40, 62, 48, 110, and then 192. We did like 300 to 400 purchases on day 2, which is just damn well insane. And we're getting purchases below $10, right? You can still do that on Facebook. If you've got the right strategies, it still works. So give me a yes or give me an excited in the chat if you think that's pretty cool. When you go out there and use the right strategies to test, right? Straight to conversion ads, it can work. It can get you sales on day 1. You don't have to wait 3 to 5 days to go out there and see that the sales come in, right? We want to be getting sales on day 1. So this is what you need to know. You need to know your numbers. And any ads that are not hitting your target ROAS, you need to kill them. But the problem is there's gurus out there's people on YouTube, and they're telling you, you can't go out there and run an ad if your cost per click is over $1. I want to know, give me a guess, or if you've ever heard this, right? That you shouldn't run an ad if your CPM is above a certain amount. You shouldn't run an ad if your cost per click is above a certain amount. Maybe you shouldn't run an ad if your click-through rate isn't above a certain amount. Tell me if you've heard any of those things before. Because if anyone is telling you that, you need to stop listening to them immediately. Because it's absolute BS. And I'm going to show you why right here. And I'll show you. Let's take a look. I want to go into our profit calculator. So let me just show you this product here, for example. So this product here, it costs us $1.85 to ship out. And we got a selling price of $10. So we want to calculate these numbers. So you may have heard people say, kill your ad if it doesn't get above a 2 ROAS, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But people are out there spouting this about, and it's just blatant, misinformation that they're spreading. And this is what you want to avoid like the plague. So for example, this is our calculator here. And we have calculators for everything we do in our business. So we know exactly what numbers we need to hit. So right here, if we go and we put our product selling cost in as $10, and our average product cost is $1.85, and we want a 20% margin, that means we can pay a maximum $6. And that's going to change for every product, right? And then we want to calculate what our break-even ROAS is. So if we put in our $10 right here and our $1.85 in our cost to fulfill, we can get a $1.23 ROAS. And if we're getting a 1.3, a 1.4, even if we're getting a 1.63 ROAS, we're profitable at 20%. Yet all these gurus out there are telling you, kill your ads if you're not getting a 2 ROAS, right? Kill your ads if they're not getting $1 cost per click. And these things are ridiculous. And it's ruining your business if you're following that, right? So that's that product. it changes dynamically with every single product you test. If you're not calculating these numbers before you run ads, you have no chance of being successful because you don't even know what you're analyzing when it comes to analyzing your numbers. So we've got these formulas here that calculate all this stuff for you. And we've got stuff in here. So what we actually do is on this product, it's changes per product, right? So on this product, to make it profitable, we're ideally looking for clicks that are in around 0.67 or below that, right? However, on a more expensive product where we have a bigger room to play with, let's plug in some other numbers. So let's go back to our spreadsheet right here. And let's click play. So this is a tent, right? Let's just say we're selling this tent. It costs $143 and we're going to sell it for $250, right? That gives us a good $107 profit margin right there. So 143 and we're selling price is 250. So 250, 143, and then we'll put that in down here as well. So 250, 143. So now on this product, if we're getting a 2 ROAS, we should kill the product because we'd be losing money. And on this product, we need to get a 20% margin, we need a 4 ROAS, right? So the whole dynamics of the product totally changes. But we can spend $50 to get a cost per purchase on this. Yet there's people out there saying you shouldn't be spending any more than $20 per cost per purchase. But that's just silly because it's not tied back into your product. And with this one, we can actually go ahead and we can spend $16 before we decide to kill it with no clicks, right? And you need to be using these numbers, these calculators. So who's doing this right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're calculating these numbers before you launch a product, and put a 2 in the chat if you're not, right? I want to see who's doing this because this is the problem, right? There's so many people out there not teaching this, not explaining this properly, and it's why so many people are failing. So just give me like a boom or something like that if this blown your mind and you've realized that this is maybe the reason that you've not been making results, right? Just put in a boom or a whoa or excited, something like that, because this will change your game. Yeah, Adam says mic drop, exactly. So once you've got this and you've got these numbers dialed in, it changes everything for you because you know exactly what you're looking for. It makes analyzing your products so much easier, right? So let's get back into these slides. So you cannot believe people who give you a hard number. If someone's giving you, oh, you can't get $1 cost per click, kill the ad, don't believe them. It's false. Your numbers are dynamic for each product. You have to calculate this stuff before going in. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know anything. And that's why we have calculators inside our program for everything that you need to do in your dropshipping business. So do you agree that knowing your numbers is probably the most important part of Facebook ads? There's a lot of important parts. The creative is obviously very important. But if you don't know your numbers, nothing else matters, right? You can't get anywhere. Exactly. Yeah. So Nishan said, I killed my ad when it reached less than 3 ROAS. But if your target ROAS for 30% is 1.5, then why would you kill your ad? We've got people in the chat here killing profitable ads, which is insane. And I see that all the time. And I get people coming to me who I go into their ad account and I'm like, dude, that ad is extremely profitable for you. And he's like, oh, but look, the cost per click's above $2. And I'm like, you were making $100 per day on the ad sets. You don't kill them because of the cost per click. The only thing that really matters is the bottom line and how much money you're making per day. So definitely a lesson, to take that away, right? Exactly. So this is Jesse here. Jesse went ahead and he says he's on pace for 4 million in sales in his first year. He almost crossed it right here. And by using our tried and tested Facebook ad strategies, Jesse was able to go out there and generate almost 4 million in sales in his first year. So he actually said, I've been stuck at 10 to 15K per day per month. So who would like to be stuck at 10K to 15K per day? Because that's pretty nice, right? So what are the 3 steps to a simple $1 million business? Want to model stores at work, use the hybrid dropshipping model, and you want to transition to a sourcing agent when you can to get improved delivery. You want to get product research secrets. You want to be using data-driven product research to go out there and find hot products that are working for other people so you can sell them too. And you want to use Ninja Facebook ad secrets. So you want to use, you want to make sure you know your numbers with Facebook ads. You want to make sure that you're just go straight to conversions, optimize for purchase. That's the move. It's going to work for you. And that's it, right? That's kind of the 3 simple steps to creating a $1 million dropshipping business. So again, let's just recap. Test on a general store, find data-driven products that work, and then we want to generate thousands of customers using Facebook ads. So let's run through some numbers right here. Let's say you find one product that sold, let's say 24 units per day with just $10 profit per unit. That's $240 per day in profit, which is $1,680 per week, which is $7,000 per month, which is $84,000 per year just from one single product. So imagine you had 3 products like this working for you like clockwork. How much would that change your life, right? And look, 24 orders is nothing. As I was saying earlier, we recently had a product that was doing over 1,000 orders per day, and we couldn't keep up with it, right? So on this store, we did 863 orders in a single day, and we were doing up to 75 orders per hour, even while we were sleeping. So to hit $240 per day, you only need to do 1 order per hour. So put a 1 in the chat if you think that you could go out there and do, 1 order per hour. Let me know. I want to see. Awesome. Cool. So how do we go out there and do 270 a month? We utilize these 3 simple strategies that allowed us to generate that crazy amount of money. And look, even with a master's degree and years of experience, you'll never achieve this in the corporate world. And even if you can only do 10% of this every single month, would it change your life for the better? Let me know in the chat right now. Would it change your life for the better if you could do $27,000 a month at 20% profit, which is, roughly in around $5,000 a month profit? How would that change your life? So I also want to know, put a yes in the chat if I delivered all my promises at the start of this webinar. Put a 1 in the chat if you learned something today. If you're excited about this, let me know. I want to see. We got Hassan in there. Hassan's putting a lot of 1s. We got Ray, William, Ballas, David, Adam, Tony, Linda. Awesome. I'm excited to jump in. Awesome. So you might be wondering, there's a couple of things. A lot of people ask me, do I need to live in the UK or the United States? No, you do not. Do you need some kind of certificate or license to sell these products? No, you don't need any sort of license. You can sell these without any license, anything like that. Do you need a US bank account or LLC? No. I do recommend once you start making sales, obviously going out there, set up an LLC, talk to an accountant, but you don't need to worry about that until you're actually making money, right? So a lot of people get caught up in that. Is saturation a problem? So a lot of people think, is dropshipping dead? And I thought that back when I started. I told you that at the start of the webinar in 2016, I thought dropshipping was dead. And if I had to just listen to that voice in my head saying, oh, dropshipping's dead, I would not have made, the $3 million in sales that we've made. I would not be where I am today. I wouldn't have been able to do all the things if I had to believe that. Saturation, I don't believe exists, right? Some certain products get saturated, but there's always new products. There's new products coming out every day. There's new markets opening up. There's new buyers coming in. There's new countries to target. There's always room for people. And dropshipping, people think has been around for like the last year. This has been around since literally, I think it's about like 1950 or something is kind of the reference to when dropshipping actually started. It's been around for a long time, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So right now you've got 2 options. You can go at it alone and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars figuring this stuff out, getting frustrated, and wasting a ton of years of your life. Or you can go the other way. You can learn the proven system from somebody who has not just done it, but truly mastered this and is the best in the world at it. So everything that you need to make this business work is inside Ecom Domination 5.0. And today you're invited to join us for a limited time only. So how can Ecom Domination change your life? Well, it's going to allow you to become financially free and create a business that works for you and makes you money while you sleep. Every single day when I wake up, there's more money in my bank account. I've made sales. We're out there selling stuff because we've got Facebook ads running. It's generating traffic for us. It's going to allow you to have more time with your family. Spend more time with the people you love. Do whatever you want, whenever you want. It's going to allow you to go out there and secure a good retirement. How much do you actually need to retire? When you're thinking of this right now, obviously if you're super young, you're probably not thinking about this. But if you're maybe, one of the people who follow me who's a little bit older, how much do you actually need in your account to retire? And have you got that? Are you close to that goal? Or do you need something that's going to generate you more income to do that? You can also be your own boss, work from home, make your own schedule, work from anywhere in the world, right? Give you that full location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. And potentially give your kids the opportunities that you never had. So let's take a look at this. This is Matt right here. And Matt was able to build a dropshipping business that allowed him to make money online full time. And the coolest thing is, it's not really about the money, it's about what he did with it. he was able to go ahead and buy a home for him and his girlfriend, which is awesome, right? That's why I do this. This is why I teach this stuff. Making money is awesome, but it's what you do with that money that matters. Money. The money that matters. And he went out, he bought a home, he moved out from his parents' house, which was super, super cool. Kevin here, who we mentioned earlier, obviously he's just simply crushing it, right? Before taking this training, he was trying to build that Amazon FBA business, couldn't scale due to cash flow, and he decided to give dropshipping a try. Again, he struggled doing it on his own without having the proper guidance. But once he got into ecom domination, ever since then, he's done over $5.4 million in sales profitably. That's just insane. We got Thomas Walsh over here from the United Kingdom. He's actually just went ahead recently, just posted this inside the ecom domination group. You can see here in June, in kind of April and June in 2019, he went ahead and did $1.5 million in sales in just a couple of months. He literally scaled to over $500,000 in one single month. And he said, been attempting ecom for 2 solid years, invested thousands and lost it all. Many lessons learned, to say the least. He was working at a local supermarket in the UK. His mum was telling him to get a career, and his friends were too. And he said, fuck that shit, I know what I was doing. And he would make about $1,000 a month from his job, and he invested every penny from that job into his business. And eventually he went ahead, joined ecom domination, hit his success, and he's absolutely crushing it, right? That $1,000 a month or whatever that you're putting into this from your job, it's really nothing in the grand scheme of things once you hit the results, right? So again, making £1,000 per month before dropshipping. Took him 2 years to get results, joined ecom domination, done over $1.5 million in sales, which is just craziness, right? So let me introduce you to the core components of an automated ecom business, right? So first things first is you're getting the 8-week training program. So we're going to go through week 1, building your store and optimizing for sales. You're going to get our theme, all of that fun stuff. Week 2, going to show you how to find 6 and 7 figure products. We're going to, in week 3, go through Facebook ad fundamentals, making sure you're getting that campaign structure set up right and getting everything set up right to run in your ad account, like optimizing your pixels, all that fun stuff. Week 4, Facebook advanced scaling, right? You don't get to 5.4 million. You don't get to 1.5 million in a couple of months without the correct scaling strategies to move that fast. And that's exactly what we teach you. Week 5 is our email profit systems. You're going to get access to our templates that we use to literally increase our profits by massive percentages. These emails you need them in your business in 2019, right? Week 6, we're going to show you how to expand your reach using Google Ads, using influencers to grow and scale your business out to different traffic sources to really solidify it and make it, more diversified. Week 7, managing your operations, right? So how can you build a team, right? So all of these people who are doing big numbers eventually move. You can do this by yourself, right? You can get to 100K a month by yourself, but you want to go bigger than that and you want to free up more of your time, hiring a team. And we teach you exactly how to go out there and do that. It's very, very simple. Hiring your first people, how to manage them, how to talk to them, how to track their time, all that stuff. We show you how to do that to give you more free time in your business. Week 8, we show you kind of the transition of moving from, going ahead and moving from that general store, that transition it into a branded store, right? So let me just go through this, and do you give me permission? Just give me a 1 if you give me permission to, go ahead and go through this in a little bit more detail, kind of show you exactly what you're going to get, because I want to make sure that you guys, you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. Right, yeah, there's tons of questions coming in, and guys, I'm gonna answer all these questions at the end of the workshop as well once we go through this. But yes, once you access this, you get all of the lessons for life, right? So I've spent the past 4 years in the trenches figuring this out and showing you really what it takes to start your own e-commerce business from scratch. And to acquire this knowledge, it cost me literally millions in ad spend and thousands of hours of time. And there's been 5 different iterations of this training program to get it to where it is today. And literally, guys, I've been doing this for 4 years or so now. And the people who got into my course on day 1 are still in there. They're still getting updates. I'm not going to nickel and dime you and try and sell you 40 different courses. We've got one course that gets updated every year. We never charge you any more money. And this has been tested on over 800 people from all over the world, and it's produced a crazy amount of successful students. And I put everything into this and stand behind it 100%. So here's what we cover. Number 1 is building that store, finding products, fundamentals, advanced scaling, email profits, expanding your reach, managing your operations, and then moving to 7 figures. So I'm going to show you, no matter what your skills are, how you can build your store from scratch, even if you've no tech skills. I'm going to show you how you can customize your theme for optimal conversions, and you're going to get access to my themes that I use in my businesses. I'm going to show you how to structure your store for the general store model and then transition it to a hybrid. I'm going to show you how to increase the amount of money one person spends in your store. So every time someone comes, they're spending more and more money. I'm going to show you how to install all of the apps that you need to double your store's revenue. If you're missing out on these key points and these conversion elements on your store, you're going to leave a ton of money on the table. I'm going to show you how to set up a rock solid support system to keep your customers happy, right? It's one of the most important things in business is keeping your customers happy. So we're going to show you exactly how to do that. Most people spend 3 to 10 years on this, trying to code, maybe spending tens of thousands to get a website. We get this dialed in for you in the first 7 days. So let's take a look at what people are saying. Steven says the content is amazing. Some serious gold nuggets of knowledge in there that has helped me out big time. Anyone who hasn't bought in really should. It's hard to feel if you follow click by click. And that's really the way the course is designed, for you to follow along with me, click by click while I do everything. And we show you both the strategy and, right down in there to the weeds where we show you exactly what to click, right? Stella says, I really appreciate the cheat sheets. Makes it easier to go back for some details without going through the whole video. So we have cheat sheets for every single module in there where you can go back, you can look at it, you can see exactly what you need to see. So we got Kurt over here who says he officially launched a Shopify store 21 days ago and he hit $1,000 in sales in his first 21 days. And he followed the exact step-by-step system that's laid out in the course. Week 2. So week 2, we're going to go through product research criteria. We're going to teach you about the key traits of a 6-figure product. We're going to show you how to use data-driven research to consistently find products that make sales on day 1. I'm going to show you how to find high-quality suppliers in China. I'm going to show you how to find local dropshipping suppliers with 2 to 4 day shipping. I'm also going to show you how to write high-converting product descriptions. And I'm going to show you how to use spy tools to dominate your competition. And you're going to be able to learn how to sell trademarked items like Star Wars, Harry Potter, and all of that fun stuff, which is, we're going to show you how to do that legally, right? So that helps a ton, obviously. So let's take a look inside. We've got Divya here. So we always say, and it's kind of a phrase in our group, is product is king, right? Product is always king. So she says that she hit her first £2,000 day. She went ahead and joined the course, utilized the strategies that we teach in week 2 to find a good product. Because before that, she'd been struggling out there to find a product that actually sells. So she found her first winning product and she used our winning product criteria. And she started making over £2,000 per day. And she did over 100 orders per day with this one single product. We got Matt over here. I showed you Matt earlier, was able to buy his girlfriend a house, and he's doing $3,000 per day at 38% profit margins. So utilizing the strategies that we teach, Matt was able to find high profit products, right? $3,000 per day at 38% margins, that's like $1,200 or so. My quick maths, right? My accounting maths right there. Roughly $1,200, I would imagine, per day in profit. So he's done over $3,000 in sales, over $1,000 in profit in a single day with this training. Week 3, Facebook ad fundamentals. We want to show you the Facebook ads overview, how to set up your business manager and pages for optimal revenue generation, how to set up your Facebook pixel so you can get the best results possible on a general store, learn how to find buyer audiences with my targeting masterclass, and learn how to write high converting ad copy and build high converting creatives for your product. And these 2 things are one of the most important things about Facebook ads after your numbers is creating good creatives, right? How do you get content for your products? How do you create the videos? I actually go in there, show you how we've created videos. I show you actually some of my brands and the videos we've created for our brands that we're using. That's inside the program. So you get to see all of that. We hold nothing back. So the perfect product launch formula. That's what we're going to show you, how to get set up, how to get launched, very, very fast. How to analyze. All right, let's go through this quickly again. How to analyze your reports for profit maximization. Again, extremely important. Knowing your numbers, knowing exact numbers that you need to be hitting. So you need to know how to analyze them to make sure you're running your business optimally to make the maximum amounts of profits. So let's take a look inside. So Jonathan says, woke up to my first sale 2 days into Facebook ads. The only advice I would give is to take action. He tested a couple of ads, got his first sale in the first couple of days. And this is awesome, right? Like getting your first sale is exciting. It's probably one of the most exciting things you'll do. But he says, he went out there, launched a couple of ads, got it done because he had our testing formula down. And we make sure that you understand how to craft the perfect offer. Nico over here literally went, launched ads, €2 purchases, €1 purchases on this, which is just insane. And it's right in the middle of Q4. Again, Q4 is coming up. That's the best time to be out there and launching ads, testing products, and hitting these numbers. Week 4, we're going to go through advanced Facebook scaling. So at this stage of the training program, you'll have a winning product ready to scale. And I've personally spent over $1 million on Facebook ads and generated $2.7 million in sales. So when it comes to Facebook ads, I know what I'm doing. And what you'll learn in week 4 will blow your mind with over 10 hours of content, specifically on how to run the most profitable Facebook ads possible. And using these exact strategies, I've been able to scale to over $20,000 per day. And here you'll learn step by step how to set up a killer Facebook ads campaign from scratch, regardless of your previous experience, all the way through to scaling it up to multiple millions in advertising spend. So most people try Facebook ads on their own and then give up 6 minutes later with a pile of debt and frustration. We make sure you get you going the correct way, get you scaling profitably right off the bat. So let's take a look inside. With our scaling strategies, Kevin was able to go out there and crush Q4 with $1 million month. I think he ended up closing out this month about 1.2 million, and he's kept that consistent. He's doing big numbers consistently. He's done over 5.4 million in literally 10 months. Josh Garode over here, and I love this testimonial from Josh. He kind of documented his journey inside the Ecom Domination group, but you can see over here, he posted like his first 250 pound day, and now he's over here and he posts, about a year later, it's a year anniversary since he joined Ecom Domination, and he's done 291,000 pounds. Josh has actually went on to do over £1 million in sales through our program. It allowed me to go simply from this to hitting these results. It's literally the core foundation of hitting big numbers is how to scale Facebook ads profitably. So week 5 is email profit strategies. At this stage of the training, you'll be making hundreds of sales. You'll want to start capitalizing on the email list you've been building. And email is the only source of traffic that you actually own. So you want to maximize your revenue from here, as it's never affected by algorithm changes and you're not at the mercy of some other company. So what's going to happen is you'll get access to the exact templates, the strategies that I'm currently using in my email marketing. You're going to get my 10% abandoned cart recovery sequence, which has generated 6 figures alone. Here, you're going to learn step by step how to set up a killer email marketing campaign from scratch, regardless of previous experience. And most people, they never even mail their list, leaving thousands of dollars on their table. And email marketing is one of the most profitable strategies in e-commerce. And you want to maximize the value of every customer in your business. So we show you how to extract that money into your pocket in week 5. So let's take a look. Right here, you can see that we're getting 12% of our abandoned checkout recovery emails successful. The average Shopify store gets 7%. We're well above that at 12%, right? So we're recovering 12% of abandoned carts, 5% higher than the average. And you get access to these exact templates when you join Ecom Domination. And you can see here that we're literally generating in a couple of days, you can see from November 23rd to November 27th, which is 4 days, $6,600 from simply sending 9 emails. I bet you send emails all day, every day, but are you making money from them? Because that's what we do when we build up these businesses. So 73% profit, as we don't have to pay for any of the traffic in less than 4 days. So week 6 is traffic diversification. We show you how to diversify your traffic sources, putting you in a rock solid position for building a long-term business. And you never want to rely on just one advertising platform. So we teach you how to bring in other small traffic sources so that you aren't leaving your eggs all in Facebook basket. We'll be teaching you how to run ads with Instagram influencers, Google, Pinterest, and tons of other platforms. And at this stage, you can really have your business running with traffic from all angles, allowing you to dominate the market. But you really want to focus on Facebook ads first and then move on to this once you get advanced, right? So how to combine your paid traffic strategies with free traffic strategies for a more diversified income. So let's take a look inside. We've got Nico over here again, who's killing it with his Instagram ads that are getting him $2 purchases and literally brought in 438 purchases at €2, which is mind-boggling, right? We got Kevin over here. He launched with generated $750 from $150 in Instagram shoutouts using Instagram influencers. So, diversifying them traffic sources using other ways is ways that you can go out there and generate income from other traffic sources. Week 7 is optimizing your business operations. So in week 7, I'm going to be showing you how to turn your e-commerce business into a well-oiled machine that runs even if you're not around, so that you spend more time doing the things that you love. If you want to get rich, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to be, instead of trading your time for money, you've got to had income coming in at all hours of the day. And when you build a business and you build a team around your business, you really get that, right? You really can take a week off and still make money. You can be on holiday and make money while you're on holidays, which is mind-blowing, right? I remember the first time I did that. It was awesome. So you'll get access to my hiring processes to hire top 1% virtual assistants who will help take a lot of the day work off your plate. And I'll teach you how to set up standard operating procedures inside your business, allowing you to easily pass a lot of work to other employees. And I'll show you how to put into place systems to automate all the daily tasks in your store so that it runs at optimal efficiency. I'll show you how to upgrade your operations so that you can make everything happen faster at a 6-figure level. So let's take a look inside. Right here, over at $490,000 in a single month, you cannot do that without having good business operations. You need a team in place, and he was able to scale massively without, running into massive issues like other people would at this stage because he had good business operations down, and that's exactly what we teach you to do. It's also the same with Eddie, in 100,000 in 18 days or so. You can't do that. He's done over $1 million in sales now. You can't do that without having some team there, some virtual assistants there to help you. And we show you how to hire them. And you can literally hire them for $4 or $5 an hour. And you only need to work on the hours that you have work for them, right? So it's very efficient, saves a lot of time for you, so you can spend more time doing what you love. And he was able to scale fast as he put together a strong team of people using the tactics taught in Ecom Domination. Week 8. How to move from 6 to 7 figures. So we're going to take you through the step-by-step process of building out, transitioning from a general to a one product store and access our theme that is optimized for brands, right? Would you guys be interested in taking a look at that theme, right? I can actually show you right now. So I'll pull that up and show you one of my brands. So let's take a look. I'm just going to go here, going to type it in. I'll be able to show you can get this. So we've actually went ahead. We've had a lot of optimizations done to this theme, spent a lot of money on it, but it's highly optimized, right? This doesn't look like a dropshipping store. It doesn't look like your standard dropshipping store because it's not, right? We went out there, we spent a lot of money on this. If you look at our product pages right here, we've got these optimized variant selectors to allow you to go out there and select quantity, and this increases our average order value on our store. We've got really nice product pages right here that this is not your standard dropshipping store. It doesn't look like it. So we're going to give you access to all of that stuff inside Ecom Domination because we want to give you the best possible roadmap to success. So it's a rapid timeline progression. You're going to go through these 8 weeks and learn more in these 8 weeks than most people achieve in 10 years. So core component number 2, I'm going to give you a daily product delivery, right? So I'm going to give you 3 months access to WSW, which is Who's Selling What, and my team. So in Who's Selling What, we actually upload 3 products per day that are trending, ready to go, that you can literally start testing right now. So you don't have to go out there and write the product descriptions, do any of that stuff. This literally cost us $12,400 to develop, right? You can see it right here. This isn't some BS number. This cost me $12,470 to go out there and develop this app. And this is the money that I'm investing in my students. I always invest back in my business to help you guys move forward, to help you guys improve, right? So you're gonna get 3 hot products sent to you every single day with fully custom descriptions for each product. You can see here that Natish was actually able to go out there and with this, get $12,000 in a single month, simply just with the products that we send them. Core component is number 3. We're going to be giving you our themes that I mentioned previously. So you're going to get our general store theme, and I'm going to give you access to our theme that is, that we use on our brand stores. And you can change this, like it doesn't have to be the black and white. You can change it to totally different things, but there's a lot of optimizations on there that we've added to really make it convert highly. So you're going to access all of them. You just plug and play in seconds and you're ready to go, right? So core component number 4, weekly live Q&As. Every single week, I'm on calls with my students, making sure that they're up to date with what they're doing. So you're going to join me weekly to answer any questions that might come up when scaling your store. We can pull up your ads, your store, your products, and we can review them live on calls. It's literally like having me as a one-to-one mentor without having to pay the $15,000, right? So you can see here, people are saying good content, great first session. They're on their first sessions, getting value from it. This one here, you're going to get access to all of them calculators, all of them cheat sheets, Excel spreadsheets that I showed you guys earlier. You're going to access all of these so you know exactly what decisions to make in your business. Running a dropshipping business with these, you're literally flying blind, right? You're literally, if them people are out there telling you all of them metrics we went through when we talked about the Facebook ads, and you're not, calculating this stuff before you launch, you're going to fail. You need these sheets to be successful, you need to build them yourself, or you can get them free when you join Ecom Domination today. Number 6 is mindset training. And I know a lot of people is like, oh, it's all woo-woo. But honestly, this is, I'm going to give you practical advice. You're going to get access to this exclusive 2-hour, 4-module training. And it kind of takes you through building a better mindset. When I say a better mindset, I mean like what I do in my daily routine. How do I improve 1% every day? How do I maximize productivity? You're literally going to learn how I get more done in a day than most people do in a week. You get that free today as well. You're going to get access to our Facebook community. You're going to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs who are also committed to being successful, right? Your network is your net worth. And it can be tough when you're hanging around with people, maybe your parents, maybe your friends are telling you, like remember Thomas Walsh there, he was saying his parents were telling him to get a real job. His friends were telling him to get a real job, but he had the support of the Ecom Domination community, because in there's people who also are running successful businesses. There's people who are believing in themselves. They want to better themselves. They want to make a lot of money. And when you surround yourself with people like that, your chances of success are so much higher. So you want to get in there and surround yourself with people who are just doing things that are good, that are, earning a lot of money. And your network is your net worth. And eventually you'll get there as well. So core component number 8 right here is our case study. So I'm going to give you access to these case studies. You're going to see, so for the glasses, I literally, while I was scaling them live, I went in there and showed everything. So every time I went in to edit my ads, I recorded myself, and you can see exactly the process that I used to take them from literally that day one, where we were doing, I think about $1,000 or so, to taking them all the way to about $8,000 per day in sales. You're going to see that exact process step by step, which is literally priceless to see that and kind of see how it's executed. And you're also going to get, I'm going to go through the $500,000 case study, kind of go through that, break it down, and show you how we did that as well. So that's not all. If you join today, we're going to put together 3 fast action bonuses. And this is literally for the people who are serious about changing their lives. And it's only available to people on this live webinar right now. Because these bonuses, I can't give them out to too many people. So the first thing, and a ton of you guys asked me, what I'm going to do is give you access to my suppliers and my payment processors, right? So I'm going to give you access to my top 2 sourcing agents, one who will deal with you if you're at 10 orders per day, and one who's kind of 50 orders per day plus. And they're going to help you get cheaper prices and faster shipping. This alone is worth so much more than $10,000, right? If you've got a winning product and you're spending $100,000 on products and you save 20 grand because you went to a sourcing agent, that's 20 grand saved, right? It's going to stop you from having to go out and find, because there's a lot of sourcing agents out there who maybe aren't good, they're not tested. It took me a long time to find these trusted people that I trust to share them with you. But we can't share this with a crazy amount of people. We can literally only share this with the first 20 people who join once we open this up in a couple of minutes. We can't share this with too many people. Obviously, it just makes sense. They can't handle the volume. We can only give this to a certain amount of people. So that's why these bonuses are actually limited. They're not just some BS. They're going to go away. We have to keep these private, right? This one is a personal store review. So you get into that, I'm going to look over everything you do before you launch your store. So I want to make sure that you're going out there and launching with the best possible chance of success. And if you're going out there and maybe you made a mistake when you were building it, I'll check your work. I'll look over it and I'll give you advice. So it's literally like having one-to-one coaching with me, making sure you're doing everything right before you go out there and waste money, right? I'm going to look over that before you launch. Bonus number 3, I'm going to give you access to a training I did earlier this year. I'm going to show you, literally watch me build a business in 7 days. Everything was recorded live, and you can watch along as I literally go from 0 to getting my first sales in 7 days. You can follow along with all that. It's all recorded in there. So there's a ton of value packed into this. It's literally the biggest launch we've ever done. I'm excited to share this with you. And we're going to open up the doors. I can see a ton of people saying, where's the link? Send me the link. I'll open it up in 2 seconds, but I just want to go through a couple more things. So you're going to get full 8-week Ecom Domination program, WSW access, optimized high converting themes, the weekly Power Hour live, the Facebook ad calculators, profit and loss sheet, the mindset training, Facebook community access. You're going to get our 6-figure case studies, right? You're going to get our supplier and pen processors if you're one of the first 20. You're going to get store reviews. You're going to get Business Builder live recordings with total value of $27,916. And look, guys, there is literally over 3,000 people who've opted in who are waiting to get in the Ecom Domination V5, right? There's 3,357. There's a lot of people waiting to get this. I've had people messaging me for months. We closed down version 4 about a month and a half ago. You haven't been able to get in. You can't, there's no links on my YouTube videos. So this is opening up. There's a lot of people looking to get into this. And we're limiting the spots to 100 people. Due to the time it takes and it takes a lot of time to invest into the students and make sure they're getting results, we're limiting the program to 100 people. And I also cannot, again, provide my supplier and my payment processor details to any more people than that because they'd not be able to handle that volume, right? So it has to be limited, and we're limiting this. And we're opening the doors today. The doors will close in a few days. So after 100 people join, or 10 days from now, whichever comes first, right? So I know some people maybe can't pay right now, they don't have their credit card, whatever it is, they need to talk to their wife, which is fine. So we're going to be closing it down. If 100 people get in, it's going to close, or we'll close it in 10 days from now, whichever comes first. And I've discussed this with my team, and we've no plans to reopen this version of Ecom Domination 5.0 again, and certainly not at this price that I'm going to offer today. So after this, I'm closing the doors. So one, I can focus on existing students and the people who get in this launch to make sure they're getting the best results possible. And for me, in Q4, I'm going to be focusing on my e-commerce businesses. That's where the money is in Q4. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. So if you don't get in today, you might not be able to get in at any other time. So do not miss out on this. So with all of this, you're not going to pay $27,916 that it cost us to get this to you. You won't even pay $2,997. And look, you might be asking, oh, is it going to be $19.97? Because look, I sell this, you can see there, Ecom Domination V4. I sell this day in, day out, right up until a month and a half ago at $19.97. People buy it, people love it, people get results from it. We sell it all the time at this price, right? So if it was $19.97, if all this did was allow you to clear your debts and pay your rent, mortgage every month, would it be worth $19.97 to you? If that's all it did, would that be worth it to you? And I want you to answer me in the chat right now. If it'd be worth it to you, if that's all this program did for you, would it be worth $19.97? Just put a yes in if that would be worth it to you. If all it did was allowed you to make enough money to leave your job, would it be worth $19.97, right? So many people in here have quit their jobs, left it, and just live on their own time. If all this does is set you up for a comfortable retirement, would it be worth $19.97 to you? If all it did was give you $5,000 extra per month for the foreseeable future, would it be worth $19.97 for you? I can see a ton of yeses coming in. We got Hassan, George, Linda, David. Awesome. So you're not going to pay $19.97 today. You're not even going to pay $1,500 today. You can actually get started right now for $449. So you can either get in, if you want to save $347, you can get in for one payment of $997, or you can get in for three payments, which is paid every 30 days, so $449 today, and then a payment in 30 days and a payment in 60 days from now. So every 30 days. So you can go to that link right now, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. And I'll also put it in the chat for you guys, so you can go ahead and click that, head over there and get in. And remember guys, we have a ton of people waiting for this right now. We are, literally going out there. We have 100 spots for this, 20 spots on them bonuses. So if you do want to get in, go ahead, head over to that link right now. I just pasted it in the chat. Let me know, guys, is the link working? Just to make sure. I want to make sure that the link is working for you guys. So just put a 1 in the chat if the link worked for you. Head over there right now. Get inside. You're going to get everything that we just mentioned. 8-week implementation program, optimized theme and WSW, access to the Ecom Domination community group, mentorship, true lifetime access to everything. Yeah, so I can see there's people getting in. I can see the sales coming in. It worked. Awesome. Cool. So if you want to get in, head over there right now, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself in, get yourself enrolled, and we'll get you started with your e-commerce business. And look, guys, I'm willing to stand behind this 100%. I've got my absolute satisfaction guarantee. If you go through this program, watch the content, complete the exercises, and take action, you should start making sales profitably. And hundreds of reviews prove this. But just in case you're skeptical, I want to offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So simply sign up for the program, watch the content, take the action, and do the worksheets. And if you're not completely satisfied with it in the first 30 days, you can request a full immediate refund as long as you've done the work. So go ahead. There's literally no risk getting into this, right? If you get in there and do the work, you're either going to get results, and if you don't get results, we're happy to refund you. So head over right now, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself in there, get yourself enrolled. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat right now. And I want to see what's coming in. Tony says, I work a part-time job, think I will have time. Yeah, like, I mean, I had a full-time job where I was working 7 o'clock in the morning I got home about 8 o'clock in the night. Granted, I did some work on the train, but I was putting about 2 hours into my business, 2 hours per day into my business, right up until, I left my job. So you can 100% do this with a part-time job. So I can see there's a ton of people heading over. Guys, go ahead, ask your questions down there, and I'm gonna run through a couple more things. So head over that link, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. But let's talk about results, right? Me personally, I started a corporate job right out of school, and quite frankly, I hated it, right? I didn't like it at all. I started trying to create businesses at nights, and I failed miserably until I started e-commerce. In my first month, I made zero. Within 2 months, I was making $14,000. Within 3 months, I was making $54,000. Within 5 months, I was making $156,000. And within 2 years, I've been able to do over $2.7 million, well over $3 million in sales now, actually, through e-commerce. And look, this is the journey, right? This is a progression that is possible when you put the work in and you follow the proven process. 14,000 in the second month, 54,000 in the third month, 156,000 in the fourth and fifth month. And we've got a ton of stores that generate this with a replicatable formula. You've seen the results. You've seen all of these other people who've been through the program and gotten results. I literally went from broke in my bedroom in a small village in Northern Ireland to over 2.7 million in 2 years. I've been able to buy the car of my dreams. I've been able to buy the house of my dreams. I've been able to travel all over the world. I've been able to treat my girlfriend to stuff that I just couldn't possibly do before I did this. And it's literally turned my life around, and it's done, that for so many other people. I can see Mike saying, how many has bought? If you're worried about the bonuses, man, if you're here right now, email me if you want to get in. Just send me an email right now, and if you email me if there's you need a credit card or something like that, email me and I'll make sure that you still get in. I can't check right now on the slides exactly how many, but we had about over 10. Yeah, Bala says correct offer. Literally broke in my bedroom, but that's just me. Look, bonuses, I signed up as fast as possible. Yes, Rita, so if you've signed up, you've got the bonuses, you're in, we're all good. I'll make sure we get that sorted for you. So guys, if you're worried about not getting the bonuses and stuff, I'll double check after this who's got them in, but I'll extend the bonuses right now. So if you get in the next 5 minutes, I'll make sure you get access to all the bonuses, to my suppliers, to Business Builder Live and stuff like that. If you get in the next 5 minutes, just while I finish off these slides, and then I can check how many people have actually got in. Hopefully we haven't filled up this way too many spots, right? Let's see. I don't have the money, but I'm very interested. Also Irish. No problem, man. Look, if you don't have the money, there's a ton of stuff that you can do. I'd recommend watching my free trainings. You could put it on, I'm not recommending this, or it's not something that I want to push on people, but you can use a credit card or maybe sell something. I know people have sold their PlayStations and stuff to get in before, which is obviously really cool, and they ended up being successful, which is awesome. But it's up to you. You got to make it happen if you want to make your business happen, right? Where do I find your email? So I'll send my email into the chat. If any of you guys are having issues, message this email and I'll get you sorted after the call. I know some people's cards are maybe failing and stuff like that. I'll sort it out for you guys. So go ahead. Flooring's just in. That's awesome. John Michael says it's $450 a month. So it's $450 a month just for 3 months. So you'll pay $450 today, $450 in 30 days, and $450 in 60 days from now. So it ends up being a little more expensive. I think it ends up being about $1,347. But obviously, if you pay the $997, you save $357. So I can see a ton of people are joining, guys. I'm going to continue on with the slides here. If you've got any questions, let me know. Michael says, I want to get in. I'm a bit short. So we've got the payment plan there, man. If you can scrape together, I'm sure it's not too much that you need to get in on the $450 a month. I want to pay the full price. Awesome. So email me, Michael, and we'll make sure you get in, save you the bonuses. Just email me at jamesbeatty at ecominsiders.co. I should have put the link in there. Email me, and hopefully we'll be able to work you out on the pay plan or something to help you get in, man. So let's take a look at what my clients have been able to achieve. Right? Within 4 years, we've been able to help 4 people create $1 million stores. And this is actually an older slide. We've actually had well over 7 people create $1 million stores because we had Kevin come in and do it. Thomas Walsh recently come in and do it. There's a ton of people who've crossed that $1 million mark since then. But we like to be conservative, right? 40 people making 6 figures plus per year. Hundreds of people doing 5 figures with their e-commerce business. And our community has together made over $10 million, right? We've got clients in countries from all around the world. You can see here, James Harding, a couple of weeks into the training, finally got a new benchmark. He hit his first 500-pound day. Eddie in Perth over here, just a quick reminder that this shit works. 100,000 in 17 days. We got Roxy over here, best day thus far, $140 in ads, 280 final profit, which is a huge leap from $50 a day. She's hit 925 in a single day. Natish over here, who's all the way from India, was able to hit $20,000 in his first month. He started on the 1st of January. It's only been a month and he's almost at 20K. And he's from India, right? So if he can do it from India with, payment processor issues, having issues with internet connection, started with not a lot of money. If he can do that, you can do this from the United States, from the UK, from New Zealand, from Australia. It should be easy for you, right? Let's see what the guys are saying. Full price, one-time payment. Straight, no sales tax, and the VAT. Yeah, so if you pay full price, it's $997. You don't pay any extra. You are paying VAT, but the VAT is included in the $997. So there's nothing on top of that. So it's just $997 straight. You don't have to pay anything extra. Let's see. Michael says, let's see. Bassam. When does it actually start? So it's in there. It's in there right now. When you join today, you've got access. You can get in there, dive into the content right away, right? There's a couple of modules we have to update later on in the course, but the first 4 weeks are all good. There's just a couple of things I want to update, but you're pretty much good to go right now. Get started making sales. John says, I've emailed you. I hope I can get in time to get the bonus. John, if you've emailed me, man, I'll make sure you've secured the bonuses. Mike says, if I can buy tomorrow, can I still get the bonuses if you join now? Yep. So as long as I've got a countdown timer over here on my left. If you get the bonuses right now, or if you join right now, we'll secure the bonuses for you, Heidi. Thought it would be live streams. No, so we do live streams every week to answer any questions that you have, but the live streams won't be, we won't be doing live streams, to the content. The content's pre-recorded. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, is recording all the new updated content in there, which is awesome. So let's take a look at some of these other successful students that you're hopefully going to join here today. So Raphael says, just achieved another goal, $1,000 in revenue this month. Next up, $10,000. So first $1,000 month from Raphael. Matt, you obviously seen Matt earlier, was able to buy a house for him and his girlfriend, right? So he was able to go out there, ecomdominationcourse.com/now, get yourself in and get yourself started. And again, any questions, guys, drop them in the chat. Robbie over here, Robbie's an absolute killer, right? He's done drop shipping. He's built his own brands now. He actually runs an amazing site now called RevComps where they do competitions. But you can see he does £6,000 day. And Robbie is always helpful. He's always inside the community. I'd say Robbie's a good friend of mine now. But I met him when he joined my course, and he's an awesome entrepreneur that's in there. Another student hitting £1,000 or £1,000 per day. Josh Garode over here, who we talked about earlier. He was able to so Josh's story is awesome, and some of you guys may have seen it. I interviewed Josh a while back, but he literally went out there, and it was his wife who actually wanted to start the course. She got into the course. She was just had their first baby, and she was on maternity leave and wanted to do something at home to make money. So she started actually doing it, and Josh started doing it with her. Then they started making sales, and they went full time into doing this, and they've got, I think, 3 amazing little kids, which they're doing crazy stuff now. Like they're buying cars. They took all their kids to Disneyland, which was awesome. I met them out in Orlando about a year ago, which was cool as well. So they've done amazing things, with the program. So I'll just put my email address again. There's a ton of people asking for it. So just email me there. We'll get you guys sorted. So any questions, guys, go ahead, drop them in the chat. So our community eats, breathes, and sleeps success, guys. All right, we go ahead and, we motivate you to win. We have Q&A calls to make sure that you're getting, the support that you need to get you to where you want to go. So let's go through this, right? let's see. So studying at college, right? Let's break this down. Studying at college versus starting a Shopify store. Because put a 1 in the chat here if you're planning on going to college or you're maybe thinking about it. So I can see Nacho. Nacho, that's a damn awesome name, man. I'm excited to have you inside the course. I look forward to seeing you in. But put a 1 in the chat if you're like in college, planning to go to college. But I want to kind of break these two down. $200,000 a year in tuition fees, right? 4 years of your life just gone. It's not guaranteed to work or get a job. There's so many of my friends coming out of college right now or coming out of university in the UK, and they can't get jobs. They literally can't find them, right? And if they're going into jobs, they're jobs that they could have got without a degree. The degree doesn't define why they got the job, right? You're learning from people who have never ran a business. Your starting salary is maybe 50 to 60,000 if you're in the US. In the UK, I know so many graduates who are on like 18 grand a year, right? And you're gonna work the rest of your life struggling to see it. Work a job that you hate. You probably don't even like what you're getting into. With this, you can start with zero debt, right? If you get in today, you do the work, and then you don't get results, we're happy to refund you, right? You $997 to start, and literally if you've got the $997 and $500 extra to start your store, you're good to go. 30 days to get started versus 4 years. We've got that money back guarantee right there. You can learn from someone who actually runs a business, and there's no earning cap. You can have success within the next 30 days. You don't have to wait 4 years to get a payoff and get a piece of paper. And you can do something you love and be your own boss, right? So go ahead, head over to ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself enrolled. It's $997, or you can pay on that 3 payments of $449. Obviously, if you want to save that $347, you'll save yourself a little bit of money, which obviously makes sense. So if you do want to go ahead and do that, go ahead and jump in there, right? Ed says, do you teach setting up rules on Facebook for ad monitoring? So yeah, that's actually a module. It will be in the course. I literally was working on that yesterday. But yeah, we'll definitely be going through rules for ad monitoring. They're also in the, whenever I was doing the live case study for the glasses, I went through a lot of rules in there. So you can actually see the rules that I'm using live in terms of, with that product. But I want to create another spreadsheet for rules that kind of bases it on certain products and stuff. So you can just plug your product metrics in there and then plug in, just get it to spit out the rules that you need to do. So I want to build that. It takes a little bit of time because it's quite complex, but it'll help you a ton. But yeah, we've got some basic rules as well. There is a training in there on rules, but I'd like to do some more advanced stuff as well. James, can you hold me a spot? I've got to run to the bank to make a deposit, but I'm going to sign up for the offer today. Tony, so I can hold you a spot, but what you have to do is just email me. Just said Tony from the stream, and I'll get you in. And anyone else, guys, if I haven't answered your question on here, just email me. I'll put my email address in the chat. Email me if you need to wait, you want to secure the bonuses, whatever it is. Let me know on email, and I'll be able to get back to you and make sure that we get you sorted and we can secure them bonuses for you. I'll put the link to the course again, guys. So if you do want to get enrolled, head over there right now and let me check how many bonuses we actually have left, because I've not been able to see because I'm on these slides. So let me go ahead and double check here. So I'll let you guys know how many we have left. Tony says I sent you an email. No problem, brother. Is anyone having any issues with like declines? I know that happens sometimes, PayPals and stuff. So it looks like we have, let's see. I need to double check. I got all these sales coming in. I can't see them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. So we've got a couple of spots left on the bonuses. These are all good if you want to get the bonuses. Obviously, there's a lot of people have emailed me and secured spots. So I'd say we got about 3 to 4 spots left that we can give you guys bonuses. I just don't want to, I literally can't give my supplier details out to so many people. The other ones, like the Business Builder Live, I can extend that for everyone if I want to, right? The other ones I physically can't give out to everyone, So that's what we've got. If you want to get it, head over there right now and get yourself enrolled, get yourself set up, and get yourself started. Again, you can get started. It seems like pretty much everyone right now is taking the full pay. But if you guys do want to get started, if you don't have the full $997, or you feel like if you pay $997, you'll not have enough money, you'll not have enough money to give it a good shot or build your store, get in on that 449. See if it's for you. Again, if you're not getting results in 30 days, then we've got that money back guarantee. And look, guys, this is not just a course. It's a continued mentorship. We've got weekly live calls to keep you on track, right? We're going ahead, and you never have to get stuck again. We've got a group there. We've not just me, but we've actually got over 800 members right now, I think, who are also there to help you, right? So if you get in at any other time, it'll be a minimum of $19.97. But right now you can claim your access for $9.97 or 3 times $449. So that's a little typo, but 3 times $449. Get yourself in. If you get in at any other time, you've seen, I showed you earlier the screenshots of, we literally have hundreds of people buying this at $19.97 day in, day out until we shut it down. And we're opening it up. And this is the only time you'll be able to get in at $9.97, or you can get in on that 3 times $449. Obviously, going to cost you a little extra. I think it's an extra $347. But get in there and get yourself started, right? Let me ask you this. Can you afford to stay on the fence? Well, if you want to pay $19.97 or more at a later date, then yeah, stay on the fence. Only if you don't mind losing access to all of them good bonuses. Remember, we've got a couple left. If you go ahead, get in now, we have a couple of them left for you. If you don't mind losing a ton of money, trying to go out there and do it alone, right? You've seen the people, right? You've seen the testimonials from other students saying, look, I went out there, I tried to do this, and Kevin, who's done 5.4 million now, did 40,000 and lost money at the start, right? He was losing because he didn't have the right strategies. Then he went out there, applied our ecom domination strategies, and he's done over 5.4 million profitably, which is insane. Can you afford to stay on the fence? If you don't mind wasting a year versus just having everything in a simple laid out course, right? Week 1, week 2, week 3. You go through it in a linear order, a logical fashion, get your store set up, pick products, launch products, analyze ads, scale ads, and then build the business around that, right? So if you don't mind wasting a year versus having everything up and running in 30 days, then go ahead, skip out on this, right? If you don't mind rolling the dice versus having the proven path, I've done this not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. I've had multiple successful stores using this strategy over and over and over again. So go ahead, head over there right now, get yourself in, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself enrolled, $9.97 or 3 payments of $449. So let me check with any more questions here. This webinar is one of the best I've attended so far this year. Lots of great information with tons of value. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. I'm actually going to screenshot that because I like that, and I'm glad, right? I need the payment processor. Yeah, man, we can get you sorted with. I can hook you up with them. PayPal problem. George, are you trying to pay with PayPal right now and it's not working? If you're trying to pay with PayPal right now and it's not working, you can potentially go ahead and check if you can possibly pay with card. I can check if there might be an issue with PayPal or something. I second that. Great webinar. That's awesome, Luke. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I know not everyone in here is going to enroll in the course, and I'm excited for the people who do. I can't wait to get them in and teach them. But I'm here to provide value, and I wanted to put effort into this, make sure that you guys got a ton of value from the webinar, and I hope you have. So let me check. It looks like some people are paying with PayPal, and most people are credit card. So it might be your PayPal, or if it's not working, you need to do something to get it to work. Let me know. Email me and go ahead and get in there. But guys, we do have a couple of bonuses left, and I'm gonna wrap this up in a couple of minutes, right? So if you're on the fence right now and you want to get them bonuses, you want to make sure they're locked in. You've always got access to my suppliers if you need them. You've got access to my payment guy if you need him. Look, you're not going to always need my payment guy, right? You can start with Stripe, you can start with PayPal, and I'd recommend doing that and have my guy as a backup, right? But if you want to get them bonuses, go ahead right now. Head over to ecomdominationcourse.com and enroll, get started, and get in there, right? I can see PayPal credit. Okay, well, oh yeah. So if you guys want as well, you can try to get PayPal credit if that's something you want to do. You go just type into Google PayPal credit, click on it. You can get an interest-free loan for 6 months to get you started, and then you can go and you can buy the course with that and pay it off over the 6 months as you start to make sales. Hassan says, great webinar. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So I cannot stress this point enough. I've literally spent, and this is no exaggeration, right? We recently did my books, and it's kind of crazy how much money I've spent on coaching, training, conferences, masterminds. I joined a $36,000 mastermind this year. I've spent endless hours of time trying to figure this out. And I attend these things not just for me, but to bring back to my students, to what's working right now for other people as well as me, so I can give you guys the most up-to-date information, right? So you must face the truth. You must face the music, because life can only go one of three ways. You can, not do anything about your life and stay where you are, but you probably don't want to do that. You can try and start your e-commerce business alone and struggle for years, but again, probably don't want to do that. Or you can start your e-commerce business with the world's best training, community, and mentors. And if you want to do that, go ahead, head over to the link right now. Join this proven program. We've been around for 4 years, right? You don't stay around, it's maybe 3 years, 3 or 4 years. You don't stay around for 3 or 4 years with the same program if it doesn't work, if it doesn't get results, right? It's been around for so long. We have so many successful students. I'm not going to do a runner tomorrow, right? And take your money and disappear. I've been around for a long time, right? I've been here, I've been doing this with countless successful students, and I'm gonna be here for the next 3 years, right? Every year I launch a new version of this course, right? So I go ahead, this is the launch for this year, version 5. Last year, the people who joined in V4, they're getting this update for free. They're getting this new information for free. The people who joined in version 1 back in 2016, they're getting this updated information for free, right? And you're going to get the same. Any new updates that come out. In this product, in Ecom Domination, you get lifetime access for as long as I continue to update this. You get access to this for as long as, as I'm doing this, as I'm building businesses, right? And it's at least, at a bare minimum, a year, right? So you're going to get 12 months access. I just have to say that for legal reasons, but I'm going to be around for a while, and I don't plan on stopping after a year. I've been doing this for 3 years. I love it. I love doing e-commerce, and I love teaching you guys. So do you guys have any more questions? If you do, drop them in the chat and let me know. The proof and client results is truly unheard of, and the writing is on the wall. The time to act is now, right? Do you want to be sitting, going ahead and doing what you're doing right now for the rest of your life? Or do you want to do something that maybe it's a little bit scary, right? I know you're investing $997 and it's a lot of money. When I invested in my first course, I literally had to the course I bought was $2,500 the first time I started doing this. I had $3,000 in my bank account. It was the scariest thing I ever did. And I kind of, when I bought it, I was like, this is insane. But when you do that, when you put the money down, it's like, I've got to make this work. It has to work, right? So remember, sometimes it's the smallest decisions that change your life forever. When you look back on this in a year or in 10 years from now, is it going to be significant? Is that 997 really going to matter to you? Probably not. But if you go ahead and you invest and you look back on that point as the point where you made the decision to commit to building a successful business and building something that matters for you, your family, your freedom, your happiness, then you can look back on it and say you made a good decision. Or are you going to be in 10 years looking back and saying, damn, on that Thursday afternoon I was sitting on that call wondering should I get in or not, and I didn't do it. And now I'm sitting at my dead-end job. I hate my life. That's not where you want to be, right? So you've got to go ahead and make that decision. And look, if you enjoy your job, you love it right now, stick with that. You don't have to build a business. But if you're not happy with where you're at, you want to make more money, you want to have more free time, you want to build a business. I'm not saying this is easy or it's, a one-click system. It's not. It's building a business. It takes time, but it's amazing once you get it up and running, right? So go ahead, click that button, or go ahead, ecomdominationcourse.com/now, head over and get enrolled, claim them bonuses. Just before we wrap this up, guys, we're going to wrap it up here soon. We've been going for 2 hours. This is pretty damn insane, but there's so many people still sitting on here. There's tons of you on here. You've either bought and you're in there, you're maybe doing the course already. But if you're sitting in here right now, I can see all of you guys. I'm going to call some of you out. You got Roger, Rita, Ricardo, Nishant, Nacho. Nacho's in. He's a baller. Mona, Mike, Matt. What are you guys doing in here? Let me know in the chat box. What are you still doing in here? Are you on the fence? Is there a question you have? Is there something I can help you with? What is it? Why have you not bought, or why have you not left? Right? You're clearly interested in this. You clearly want to do it, but you haven't taken action, right? So right here, I went from working a corporate job, slaving away every single day, helping someone else build a business. And I worked for one of the biggest accountancy firms in the world, PricewaterhouseCooper. I was on the path to success, but it wasn't what it seemed to be. It wasn't for me. So I made the decision to build a business and commit to it. And now I travel the world. I can treat my girlfriend to the stuff that I want. I can buy the cars I want, but it's kind of silly. Don't buy cars. And I'm just going to tell you that now. It's silly. You got to do it when you're young, but don't buy cars. It's stupid. Learn from my mistakes. But go ahead, if you want to enroll, head over to ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself in there. Get yourself started today. And we'll get going. So let's see. Is your course US dollar? Yep. So it is US dollar. Let's see. Yeah, John Michael, I'll get you sorted after the call, my man. Is the price in US dollar? Yep. It's US dollar, brother. So it's 997 USD. It's not in GBP. I know I'm in the UK, but it's in dollars. So what do you want to be looking at in 5 years from now? Do you want to still be looking back doing this? Do you want to be working a job that you hated? Do you want to watch TV at night, numbing your mind? Do you want to go and, the highlight of your week is going and getting drunk in a bar at the weekend? And don't get me wrong, I like going and getting drunk in bars at the weekend, but it's not what I live for. I prefer, just coming back on a Monday and getting back into my work or going and traveling or doing something like that. And I love it. So do you want to be like this in 12 months from now, in 5 years from now, looking back on a job you hated, doing stuff that's just mind-numbing, drinking? Is that what you want to be doing? Or do you want to be living the life you truly deserve? Do you want to be going and traveling? Do you want to secure that retirement, right? Do you want to look like this happy stock photo couple over here? Or do you want to be lying in bed or struggling when you're 75 to pinch pennies to go and buy a meal? Or do you want to be chilling on this yacht like this lovely stock photo couple over here? I don't know. You decide. It's up to you. But if you decide to be the stock photo couple, go ahead and click that button down below, ecomdominationcourse.com/now. Get yourself in, get enrolled. And I look forward to seeing you guys inside. Let's see. Our hosts are still here getting things sorted out with my payment issue. No problem. Did your card decline or something like that? Was there an issue with that? If that is happening, you guys, I can see it on the back end and I'll be able to secure the bonuses for you guys if it has failed. I'll be able to see. Luke says, thanks, man. Rita says, I'm going to work my ass off. Thanks for putting this out there for those of you who need more. Can't wait to be part of this program. Rita, I look forward to seeing you inside. I'm excited to start working with you guys. We're actually going to have a kickoff call tomorrow as well for all the new members. Get started right now, right? So guys, you're going to get the 8-week program. You're going to get all of the bonuses that I mentioned. You're going to get that optimized theme. I'm going to give you, sneak in that the brand theme as well. Ecom Fuel, access to the Ecom Domination community group, mentorship via Facebook, Q&A calls, and email. And you get true lifetime access to everything, at least for 12 months, right? So 12 months, lifetime really, until we stop doing this. I don't plan on stopping doing it anytime soon. So head over to ecomdominationcourse.com/now. One payment to $997, save yourself $347, or head over, get that 3 payments of $449, get you in there a little cheaper, get you started, and maybe give you a little bit more money for building your store and ads and stuff like that. So I want you to think about this. Is this a lot of money for you right now? Right? Would it be a lot of money for you? You might be thinking, like, $997 or $449 to get in. That might seem like a lot of money right now, but you've got to think about where you want to be in a year from now, in 5 years from now. And when you're sitting there doing $100,000 a month, is that $997 really going to matter to you? You know what I mean? Or if you want to go and you want to build, like if you're sitting there right now and you're committed to building a $100,000 business or $1 million per year business, but you're afraid to invest $997 into yourself, then you're never going to get to that $1 million level. You've got to be able to invest in yourself, in your learning, and you can go out there and you can do it other ways, but if you believe you're going to get to that $100,000 per month mark, then $997 should be nothing to you, and you've got to be in that mindset. So you might think it's a lot of money for you right now, but I bet these guys who, James over here doing £500 a day, which is almost enough to pay for the course in full, or is at least going to pay for his payment of the course in one single day. I'm sure he's not thinking, whoa, that $997 is a lot. Or Nitish over here, 20K in his first month. Do you think 30 days from now when you join and you've done 20K, I'm not saying you're going to get that, I can't guarantee any results, but, do you think he thinks right now that 997 was a lot to join and get all of this information? I don't think so. Robbie over here, I know he knows 997 is not a lot because the man's absolutely killing it with prize draw cars. So he's crushing it, which is awesome. So these guys, they took action. They joined. They went ahead and they put the money down. They got in. They took action. So let's see. Florian says, thanks, see you tomorrow. Work start today. Awesome. So what's the alternative here? You can go to college and go tens or even hundreds of thousands in college debt. 40 years of boring, frugal living with no payoff. Spending 5 days a week making someone else rich. All for the risk-free price of a single college class. You can go ahead and join Ecom Domination. There's two options, right? Whatever one you want there, whatever one seems better, you can do that. You can commit to a safe life and retire and then struggle when you're in retirement, which is pretty much a lose-lose if you ask me, right? Living a life that you're not actually happy with, not fulfilling your dreams, not taking any risks, that scares me. Like, thinking about that, it's like I couldn't do that. And especially, I was telling you the story about Amy at the start of the webinar. Once I seen that, once I realized like life can literally, anything can happen. Amy was a ballet dancer. I started going out with her like 3 months before she took cancer, and she was a ballet dancer. She was super strong, and literally just overnight it just happened, right? And no rhyme or reason. It was just, it happened. And luckily, she's doing awesome right now. But that kind of going through that process at such a young age, it was a good lesson for me. I wish it never happened, obviously, but it was a good lesson to learn that you just got to take your chances. You've got to go for things that you want. And I maybe wouldn't be here right now if I hadn't been through that. It made me more kind of willing to take risks and willing to go after whatever the hell I wanted, because anything can happen tomorrow where I might not be here, right? So I just go for whatever I want. I live the life that I want to live, and not going and working for someone else and making them a lot of money. So I don't know, whatever you guys want, you can get in today for $997, 3 payments of $449, or you can go ahead and you can either not start a business, you can go watch YouTube videos and kind of struggle with that, but it's up to you. If you want to get in, still get in, claim them bonuses, ecomdominationcourse.com/now, get yourself enrolled. I'm going to check the bonuses here just to double check it. And look, guys, we've got, a ton of crazy student results, which, they really blow my mind, to be honest with you. There's an insane amount of results inside this program, and I love to see it, right? I love to see it. I want to see you getting in there and getting results. I want to see you getting started. And look, I'm going to wrap this up, and we've been going for probably too long now, 2 hours, 20 minutes. So if you have any last questions, I can still see a ton of you in here. I don't know what you're still doing in here if you're not buying and not asking questions, but ask me your questions right now. This is your last call to answer questions. Let me know, and we will get you answered, and we'll get started. So I'm just going to show you a couple more testimonials right here. It looks like my computer is possibly frozen, which isn't good. Etienne, so you've seen these guys through here. He's done 100K, came out of college, was unable to find a job, came across this exact training that you're watching, joined Ecom Domination, and got massive results, right? Matt, he started his e-commerce store from scratch using the strategies I'm going to teach you today. Not only was he able to generate a lot of money, but it's what he does with that money special. Again, bought him and his girlfriend a house, moved out of his parents' house, and it truly made a massive impact on his lives. And that's what we're here to do, is to make an impact. Aresh, he was working in a manual labor job before coming across this training. He had no tech experience or any previous knowledge of e-commerce, and he was able to go from a manual labor job to running a 6-figure per month e-commerce store in just 3 months. And he actually did almost $500,000 in just over a month, selling one simple product. So the beauty is he never had to touch these, and you don't have to touch the products either. Get in there, build your business, get started, head over to ecomdominationcourse.com/now, get yourself enrolled, pick the payments there, and get in, and we'll see you guys soon. So let me answer your questions. Are all of the videos in the courses newly made? Is everything made in 2019? Yeah, so pretty much all of it has been revamped or updated. There's some stuff in there that just never changes. So it could be from 2018, but we just revamped. So the last 2 weeks, I've been creating a ton of new content. Week 1, week 2 is brand new. Week 4 is going to be brand new. And then, some of the later modules, all brand new. But if anything needs to be updated or it's ever updated, we keep updating it through the year. Like if there's something that, you guys feel is missing or anything like that, we'll put it in. We'll add it in, but we've really updated this, refined it over the years. So we feel like pretty much everything that you need is in there. Nishant, unfortunately not, man. We don't have any lighter version. Like the best thing we can do is that 3 times $449 plan. We could, you could get into like our Business Builder Live program. It's cost $297, which you can buy the replays off if that was something you wanted to get started. But honestly, man, I would try and get the extra $150, get into this program, and just see if it's for you over the first 30 days. So, last call for questions, guys. I'm going to give it 4 or 5 minutes here. Make sure everything's been answered that needs to be answered. Head over to Econ Domination course. I'm going to put the link in the chat once more just to make sure. And yeah, this has been a fun stream for sure. I'm looking forward. We got a couple more to do today. My throat's already getting sore, which I'm kind of worried about because I got these more streams. But so the links in the chat. Any questions, let me know, and we'll double check everything is all good. And guys who are, let me check. I know a ton of you guys sent me emails. So the guys who sent me emails, I'll make sure and get you sorted here once I hop off this call. So let's see. Yeah, we're getting tons of all the sales emails coming in. So, oh, that's a nice email from, I think this might be one of you guys. I want to say thank you for the webinar. No problem, Shane. I appreciate that if you're still on here. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Hamza, if you hit up the email that I sent in, we can potentially do it for you. So there's an absolute ton of emails here that I need to answer. I can see some people are buying tomorrow. Let's see. Some people are, yeah, the bonuses and stuff. Guys, I'll make sure we get all the bonuses out to you guys who are starting. They'll be inside your course for you, but I'll look forward to seeing you guys. So I think that's all the questions. Thank you for taking your time to make this webinar. No problem, man. 20% profit is attainable. Yeah, so 20% is roughly what we go ahead and aim for in our businesses. Thanks for knowledge. We dropping a meal. No problem, guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I've had a fun time with you. Hopefully, you guys had a fun time and you learned something good on this webinar. And I'll see you guys on the next one.